Hey everyone, my name is Jack, creative lead at Containment Media. If you don't already know, we're working on a feature-length Halo film called Firestorm, in collaboration with JumperScape Media. It's going to be a gritty, authentic take on the Halo universe with plenty of callbacks and ties to the mainline canon. And you can support us right now by heading over to our Indiegogo campaign and donating to help us make Firestorm a reality. Otherwise, please share it around to friends and family and make sure to follow us on social media so you can follow the journey with us. Thanks so much, and bye for now.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello everybody, welcome to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore, and today we're talking about Halo 3 ODST, my personal favorite Halo.
Where we will try for 45-ish minutes to stop Austin from going on a long monologue for the entire runtime.
Can't do shit. Whoa,
This
what was
root
that
beer is really
laughter?
good.
Whoa, did you guys hear that?
I heard that laughter.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Who are you, vengeful? Who are you, vengeful spirit? Please identify yourself.
I am what is known as a banana.
Oh.
It's peanut butter jelly time?
It's potassium. It's one of our top patron supporters.
Also, it's
You
not
also
peanut
might
butter
know me
jelly
as
time.
Kyle from the Discord.
You also might know him as from the one.
I saw that earlier, yeah.
Somebody.
I'm glad that my name jump scared someone.
Yeah, there's a Q&A we have up right now. People are saying what their favorite Patreon names were for last year, and one of them said was their favorite. I'm assuming part of it was because of the sheer amount of passion that I put into that scream.
Oh, yes. That was beautifully done. It made me shed a tear when I heard it.
But yeah, we've brought him. Well, we didn't bring him here. He kind of barged in because you can do that.
No, I just kind of showed up.
Yeah, by the way, you can just do that. There's still spots left open in the top patron supporter. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's it first of all is super helpful, especially right now. It's funding like every single project that we have, and it's super great. And our trip to HCS, so every single bit of support is super welcome. But also you get to do stuff like this, and basically when you're a top supporter, you can come onto the show once per season and join us on any of the topics. In fact, we have another one joining, I think in 2 weeks or so, another one of our top supporters.
Boomst.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I mean, yeah, that's why I f***ing asked.
I think you should already know.
What was it, Connor?
I think I have an idea.
You do?
Yeah.
Well,
All right, moving on.
so if you want to support us directly like that, you can go to patreon.com/JumperScape. If you don't want to get into that sort of nitty gritty, then you can go to ko-fi.com/JumperScape. We have a new goal set there because we met the last one. So help us reach that goal. Every time that we reach a goal, that's another show greenlit. So yeah, help us make some magic happen. If you want to join the community, if you want to talk to this guy who's making a Palpatine impression, then you can go to discord.gg/JumperScape. Lots of stuff happening there. In fact, I want to address this real quick.
Okay.
We had two of the most amazing game nights in that server this past
my
month.
God.
I was waiting for the community episode, but yeah, we can talk about it.
Just briefly. We'll talk more about it in the community and the terminals.
I'll say more in the community episode.
Good.
That'll be that's our recruitment. We're recruiting people.
We are recruiting people.
It'll make sense. It'll make sense shortly,
So
but we
stay
will be
tuned.
recording.
Stay tuned for Thursday, because then Terminals after show, which you can find on our Patreon as well, and the community episode will have some details about that, and it's going to be hilarious. The Terminals episode is going to have much more detail on what we did and how much fun it was. So yeah, aside from all of that, it's ODST time.
ODST time.
It's tea time.
What flavor of tea do the ODSTs drink?
I'm going to guess straight black.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Because
the Arizona mango tea.
They drink ODST.
Honestly, okay, here's the thing. Installation 00 has made Sweet William cigars from Halo, and he's made a bunch of other stuff from Halo. I would love, I'm willing. Installation, if you're listening, I don't know if you listen to this show. It'd be kind of awesome if you did, though, because he occasionally does. That's all I know.
He's a busy guy.
If you're listening right now, though, dude, let's collab. I love tea. You're British.
The British stereotypes strike again.
So, like, we can make some
Maybe he
tea
doesn't
together.
listen because of all of our British stereotyping.
Honestly, I would find that to be an appealing portion. What are they going to say about me today?
In defense of the stereotypes, they did install a tea maker in every tank that they have.
That's awesome. That's
Priorities.
That's sick, though. I'm not going to lie. And no, I actually will 100% help formulate a tea called ODST. If you don't, I will. Okay, so we're going to need to work this out. I love you. Please text me back.
Slide off the
No, I'm kidding. We message all the time. Anyway. So ODST, lots of puns can be made out of just 4 letters. All right, so here's the thing. How many times have you played ODST, James?
I don't know, like 3.
How many times have you played ODST, Shane?
A lot more than 3. I'll say that. I've lost count. I've actually played ODST a lot because, I mean, it's short-ish.
It's the shortest.
Yeah, it's very, very short.
Connor, how many times have you played ODST?
Probably like twice.
Sick. Hey, Kyle, how many times have you played ODST?
Like 34?
35? 54?
Cool. No,
Was that 3, 34,
30,
or 5?
54.
Or
Or
3,034.
I couldn't tell.
No, it's only like 30 or so times. I play Reach way more.
okay? So that's fine. I'm okay with being.
And we're talking full playthrough of campaign, right?
Yes.
Then, yeah, only about 3.
Okay, so yeah, I'm okay with being in a room full of rookie numbers. It's fine.
It's not my favorite.
That's fine. That's fine. If you had the time that I had, I guess, when I was between the ages of 15 and 19, and you only played Halo 2 on repeat, you probably would also have many times that I've played ODST. But yeah, no, ODST is a great game. I'm a huge fan. For some reason, I'm going to guess it's because of doing challenges and achievements and stuff, but it's not my most played campaign according to wart.gg. Although it is still obviously a lot of playtime. But I love this game. I love it for a lot of reasons. And the reasons these days are pretty easy to explain, because before I was like, I don't know, man. It's so poetic. It's got so much going on. You know, like,
Poetic?
What is this about, like, Sadie and Disha?
Bro, this is so cool.
What is this voice
like
you're
the
doing?
I don't know, man. Is it cool?
I don't know, man.
I mean, I think I could be on Smiling Friends, personally.
Bro hit the Zaza.
You know, honestly, this is kind of backtracking a little bit. Most of the games, in terms of going through the entire campaign, like mission to mission, most of the games are in the single digits for me.
That's fair.
I mainly just made me replay and pick part.
That's
like, missions.
that's kind of a good thing, because then you don't get burnt out on it. Like,
Right.
It makes the games hold. This man has like,
What was that,
400
Austin?
What is it? How many?
200 days of playtime in the campaign by itself.
Yeah. So don't be like this guy. Let the games hold up. Let their value sink in. For the love of God.
The value hasn't sunk in yet.
The values are straight up in his veins.
He's injected them
I don't
into his
bleed blood.
bloodstream.
I bleed Halo's values.
I'm addicted to Halo.
I bleed Halo 3 ODST. I hate it here. We like to have fun here.
I'm in a halfway house for Halo addicts.
Yes, Connor.
Nah, it's past.
Yeah, and Connor had something to say, and he lost his opportunity.
And we lost a valuable Connor moment, and I feel bad.
Nah, it's, the
might be a
subject
good
is
thing.
past. It's too late.
Maybe it'll reappear later.
Nah,
is this?
It's past.
That would be
to
the remote
the-
to our neon sign.
Yeah, a sign given to us by default.
Yes.
Did you guys put it up?
Not yet. Not yet. I know where I'm going to put it now, though. The plan that I initially had with like putting it into the diagonal there actually is not the best idea for LED signs. I looked it up.
Well, where in the
Just right there on the side. Just like right here.
Okay.
or like lower down.
Yes.
Why don't you hang it from that janky nail sticking out of that board?
Because
don't.
I love Default and I love what he did.
Yes, Default. Thank you again for the lovely gift that you sent to our PO box.
Yes, our P.O. box, which is JumperScape Media in Massillon, Ohio. P.O. Box
Please
1122.
Stop. Please stop.
44648. I'll repeat that.
1122.
Let him say the PO box so people can send us free.
I'll repeat that very clearly for everybody. JumperScape Media, Massillon, Ohio, P.O. Box 1122 44648. We love getting things.
Let him
it's
cook.
Just we like looking at stuff that comes in there. We record it every time as well. I just kind of like gaslight my wife into coming down here and recording us, and then she leaves, and then we just continue the show.
Now, the federal mail is checked by federal authorities, so please do not send us any improvised explosive devices.
However, we have asked for Slim Jims in the past.
Shout out to Austin's
Are
wife for the
cheese
cookies.
wheels accepted?
If
Because
someone-
cheese
I
wheels
don't
are accepted.
know.
If someone will send me like an entire one of those sleeves that they have them in the gas station of the Tabasco flavored Slim Jim, I will literally fly to your house.
I got you. I got you.
Okay.
Why did
well-
you say that in front of the person who will 100% do it?
Maybe that's exactly why I said
Wheel.
See you in
Cheese wheels
October, buddy.
Have been shrunk because the ones I was going to get you guys are too expensive.
That's fair.
I was wondering how much
So-
a 26-pound wheel of cheese costs.
$250.
No.
Please don't.
So
Made the right
you're
call.
getting 6 pound cheese wheel.
Well, here's the
much
thing.
more.
I knew when you said like the weight of the cheese wheel. I'm like, I worked in a kitchen for like a few years, and a few times I helped with making orders, and I knew how much. Like, I didn't know the exact, but I knew like the range. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy's gonna drop a band on us for cheese. It was. I'm like, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I knew it was like if you got all of us one, I'm like, it's gonna be. You're gonna be almost scratching 1,000. So I'm like, there's no way.
I'd have to send them one at a time too, so it'd be like a slow trickle of cheese.
God, don't say
That
that.
sounds weird.
A slow trickle of cheese.
I'm gonna have cheese on my
trickle of
sandwiches for days.
Oh my god.
It's like that picture of molten cheese coming out of a tap.
Okay, I'm the one who diverted us, so I'll just do it.
So
That's how I get everyone's attention back.
it's it worked.
Otis,
It
right?
It worked very well.
we both reached for it.
We were on the same wavelength there. So ODST takes place, ironically enough, despite the fact that it's called Halo 3 ODST, it actually takes place during Halo 2, immediately after the mission Metropolis. And essentially, if you want to play the Halo games accurately, you do have to play them like Wars, Reach, 1, 2, stop in Metropolis, play ODST, then continue the campaign. Just because the entirety of the campaign of ODST does happen overnight. And funny enough, slip space travel takes a long time. So Halo 2's second half actually takes place like almost a month later. So yeah, you won't be breaking the timeline in any way by doing this. So ODST, just a brief recap as we have been. It's fairly simple, honestly. So basically in Halo 2, we saw that the Prophet of Regret ship accidentally pulled up to Halo. We talked about that during the Halo 2 episode. And Regret's like, what are these people doing here? And they end up just kind of flying to the surface trying to figure out what's going on, because the Luminary was like, oh my gosh, you could find, or not the Luminary, it was like something else that told them it was. But point is, the portal to the Ark is on this planet called Air to Tyrene. Whoa, that's wild. They pull up. Why are there so many people here? And
We own that.
exactly. And so they make a emergency jump because they're like, wow, that's a lot of human beings. I don't know about this one, which, by the way, that was like a complete accident that they found Earth, and it was such a small fleet because of that, and they still completely just demolished Halo's defenses, or Earth's defenses. So
Whose defenses?
Earth's, unfortunately.
Earth.
Like they
Earth.
barely
Earth.
even they barely tried, and they still just slammed it like completely. So they make a jump in atmosphere out of that area. And when they do that, it turns out there were some ODSTs that were planning on making a drop onto the ship. We're not going to talk about the logistics of trying to get ODSTs through an energy shield into the actual hull of the ship, because no one ever mentioned anything about the shields breaking, and also what the ODSTs are going to do once they're inside the ship, which, you know, Romeo, real one for that one, for that really. But yeah, they were going to get inside the ship and do something after that. But there was a little bit of a hinder in this plan. A woman named Veronica Dare, who I thought was an ODST with a weird helmet, but nope, she's just an Oni spook. And so she just is on her own little mission to do something completely vague with her boyfriend-ish and his team. And so...
That sounds pretty daring.
Where's my, I need a badum.
No, you do.
Sound.
Actually, you do. I thought that was funny. Yeah, I like that one.
Here, this is the closest thing I got.
There we go.
Yeah. So, whenever they're going down towards the ship, though, the ship makes that jump, and there's a little bit of an Easter egg. You can see an amber clad right next to the ship as it jumps in. It's not like 100% accurate to the cutscene, but who really cares? And when this jump happens, all the ODSTs, except this one squad, because they went slightly off course towards the planet's surface instead, all died. Every single one of them thrown around, turned into, you know, just laundry in a dryer, just battered around, thrown around, tossed around, killed, if you will. And
totally dead.
And so... when this team crash lands, we got Rookie, who is trying his best 6 hours after the drop to find his ODST team because he's just kind of stranded in the streets. Unknown to him as to why the city superintendent AI is helping him navigate the city streets, but he's not going to worry about it. He doesn't even talk because, you know, pays to be the strong silent type. Meanwhile, in the past, immediately after drop, we had characters like Dutch, Romeo, Mickey, and Buck all trying to survive within the city, trying to defend the city after the jump happened, which was a very entertaining environment to play in, especially in Tayari Plaza, where you can still see slip space rupture remnants effects just kind of floating around in the sky. Which, by the way, Tayari Plaza, 100% the easiest mission to speedrun. You can beat that thing in less than 2 minutes if you really try.
Yep.
But
I got 3.
Good. But these guys all eventually come together, and they end up into a little bit of a rough situation, because after all of these conflicts that they went in, where they had to do things like blow up a Oni site, prevent them from finding human data effectively, they end up getting a little bit of a ambush on the top of this skyscraper, and Romeo gets a little bit of a blade through a little bit of his lungs.
Just a little bit of boo-boo.
Exactly.
That's not healthy.
And so they need to get off get out of this whole city, because they know that something bad is coming and they got to get out of there. So they go underground, and underground is not great because the city's been flooded basically, and they don't have a whole lot of options. So they hijack a Phantom. When they do that, Buck realizes that Dare is probably still in the city and probably needs an evac, so he turns around and goes back. Now, after all of this, we find out that Dare was there to secure a Huragok. So the Huragok is an engineer, and we see those throughout Halo Reach and ODST quite frequently. You actually get an achievement for not killing any of them in ODST. I hope everyone here has that achievement, right?
I might have to double check. I think on one of our playthroughs, I think you like made me do it. I think
they pose zero threat.
Or it's either I wanted like it's either like early MCC when they first when ODST was there, or like the 360 version of ODST. You made me do it. I don't know which it is. I'd have to go back and check. But yeah, I know at some point I did do it. I just don't know if it's on 360 or MCC.
Well, I hope you have it. So, Quick to Adjust is the name of this Huragok that has actually assimilated the city-wide superintendent AI, Virgil, and thus assumed his identity a little bit, and has been using it to communicate with the Rookie so that he can come and reinforce Dare. Buck ends up showing up as well and is trying to get both of them out, and so they all work together to get off of the ground, get out of the city right before the Covenant starts glassing the city so that they can uncover the portal to the Ark. And that's where the story ends. There's a little bit of an epilogue where we see how Johnson found out what they were going to be looking for, what it is that they were searching for at New Mombasa. And of course, one of the coolest shots ever of a Huragok lighting Sergeant Johnson's cigar Love that. So, yeah, that's ODST. And there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to what ODST is and its significance to the Halo franchise, because there's so much about it that just sort of fit into place. And I think that's the way that Joseph Staten, creative director for these games, would have probably put it. And I think he did put it that way when we talked briefly. Because he loves the Halo games, he loved working on all of them. But the interesting thing about all of them is that the most fun that he had working on Halo was ODST. Now, he explained that the reason why was because that he had a small team. It wasn't cluttered. It wasn't filled with communication. They had a simple goal in mind, and they just wanted to tell that story. This was partially because Microsoft had a contract with Bungie that they had to put out 2 more Halo games, but given that they had finished the story that they sought to tell with Halo 3, they thought that they should probably just tell stories that are related to the games, but not directly a mainline title. So Reach telling the story that happens before Combat Evolved, and ODST telling the story that happens during Halo 2. So the thing is about this game, though, is that because they were working on Reach primarily, ODST had a small team working with Halo 3 and Reach assets. Some of Halo 3 ODST's soundtracks, if you play them with Reach soundtracks, you'll note that some of the soundtracks actually sound remarkably similar, because they really were just kind of sharing the development all the time. And then they had about 6 months, maybe, to make the game. And when they finished it, Joseph Staten brought this to Microsoft. Microsoft was like, wow, that's great. You have 9 more months. We really want to see you do what you do with this. And Joseph's like, but we're done. And like, no, you don't get it. You have 9 more months. It's like, no, we did everything that we wanted to do. Okay, you have 9 more months. And they're like, okay. So then ODST was polished for 9 months. Firefight was brought over. The original idea was in Halo 3. They brought that idea over to ODST to make it a little bit more content-packed. And they sharpened up the story. They did things like Sadie's story. They did things like the Land of the Cactus glyphs that you can find, which we actually, and we'll talk about this in future episodes, because this season is all about the games, but the way that we're going to be doing this is talking about the games first and then talking about related topics in sequence to all of the games. So then, we'll go back to Combat Evolved eventually and talk about probably like what is the story of Captain Keyes, that sort of thing. In this case, I really do want to talk about the secrets within ODST, because there's a lot of them. There are a lot of hidden stories, a lot of hidden messages within ODST's campaign. It's Sadie and Disha audio drama, the glyphs that you find that we now know the meaning of, all sorts of stuff. So with all of that said and done, though, ODST, I know this is mostly going to be, like you guys called it was going to be mostly me monologuing, but it's because like ODST does hit a different note whenever I'm playing it, whenever I'm experiencing it. I think it connected in a way that was so different. It was, even playing it again recently, like I played it just a couple weeks ago for a stream, which I stream every Wednesday now. So it's usually on the Battle Dudes YouTube channel, DOODS, the Battle Dudes. Shout out. I usually stream there now. If we do official streams, it's on the JumperScape YouTube channel, but these days I'll stream directly onto the Battle Dudes on Wednesdays. Now the thing is about ODST was that it's just the vibe is so different. The visor mode makes things feel so much more visceral and so much more, I don't know, something about it is just more human. But then there's the soundtrack. For a bit there, I had a car that had a broken radio, no Bluetooth or anything. It could only play CDs. And so I bought the ODST soundtrack on disc, and I just sort of listened to that for half a year or so, and I bonded with the soundtrack over that. ODST is my favorite for many reasons. I am aware of its downfalls. I'm sure that there's many people who would bring up, dude, it was sold for $60. It should have been at most $30. Dude, it shipped without a multiplayer.
I forgot it was full price. That's gross.
I'll hit you with a technicality on the multiplayer, because the thing is, you do get, I think, 1 or 2 map packs for free. So that technically increases its value by another $10 or $20. But you still get a full package. You do. You don't have to pay for those packs.
And James just kind of glanced at each other. Like,
yeah, actually, you did pay for those packs.
Yeah, but it goes towards the full price.
Yeah, I know. It should have been an option to get it without it.
Nah.
Because 343 or
Here's the thing.
Bungie wanted to sell it for 30, and Microsoft actually said, "No, you need to sell it for 60," because they had developed it so much. They were like, "Wait a minute, this is a whole game," because they were only shooting for 3 hours of playtime for the campaign total.
If
So
if
that's
I
always
was the
like-
one buying it, I would have been worried, but I didn't. It was my parents buying it was my parents buying it through the housing crisis in the late 2000s.
You know, I didn't
that
even think
bought
about
it.
this. How many of us just didn't pay for it? Why are we worried about
No,
this? We didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, it's because you can, in retrospect, be like, ugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
I would have, but I love Halo.
I mean,
Why no?
it's like taking Modern Warfare. Here's the thing: at least Modern Warfare 3 had like campaign somewhat ish new. Yeah,
Listen, man, I watched a full playthrough of the campaign. I was astonished that anyone liked it.
I don't love it, but I don't like absolutely. There's good thing a lot. There's a few good things, but there is.
I tried to watch the whole thing.
Well, watching isn't playing.
No, I played it.
Especially
What do you want me to
first-person
just
shooter.
play Ghost Recon Wildlands first person?
You can have fun.
Yeah, that's kind of that made it sound way better than it actually is.
No, it's
Well, the thing is that I know this isn't a Halo podcast, but you know we're on this now. It's not a campaign.
no,
It sucks.
it's not good.
The story is trash.
It still is content, and I still like played the whole thing, and I didn't have a bad time.
No, I didn't. I had fun with it.
For me, I was just like, well, this is kind of shallow.
The story
but
was
I'm
like
shooting guys, and it's kind of fun.
the story was very, very just like
The story was terrible.
vague and like it's like but like once I just tried to not think about it, and I just was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go run around, stealth, blow some cool stuff. Like I didn't hate it. What I paid. The only reason I bought it is so I could play it with my brothers, because like Call of Duty is the only thing we play together. Like if they didn't play it, I probably wouldn't play it.
Yeah, when I had more fun with the raids in Modern Warfare 2 and the campaign was going to just be, here you go, here's our satisfying gunplay for 3 hours. That's it. That was just sad. But anyway, ODST, not satisfying gunplay in my opinion. I love ODST for a lot of reasons, and the SOCOM Magnum is one of them. Unless they're shields, it doesn't do anything against them.
No, it tickles them.
Until you're playing Halo 3 multiplayer on MCC, which was one of the most hype things ever that they added the ODST weapons to that.
Yeah.
Because, man, dual-wielding SOCOM Magnums is an experience. Do you think dual-wield will ever actually come back?
I didn't even know you could dual wield them.
Yeah. In Halo 3?
In Halo 3.
ODST removed dual wielding.
Oh yeah, I know.
but,
I just never had the.
It's funny, the
opportunity
reason
in
that
Halo 3
they
to do
removed
that.
dual wielding is because one of the developers didn't like dual wielding. That's it. That's the only reason.
It's just
loser.
that guy sucks.
That has been my favorite feature in Halo in the older ones, and the fact that they got rid of it is an absolute travesty.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't like this. Don't put it in the game. We're
These
like,
days,
well,
people argue that it's like, oh, it's a balance thing. It's like, well, then just make the guns less powerful unless you have them.
Well,
together.
here's my problem. I like dual wielding. Don't get me wrong. I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. I don't like that it made almost every single dual wieldable gun like not. If you aren't dual wielding it, it's absolutely useless.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Plasma rifle was ridiculous.
Still would rather have a BR.
I mean, yeah, everyone would rather have a BR once it was added.
Almost any two-handed weapon, I'd prefer.
Well,
dual wielding BRs. Oh wait, no.
That's the thing, is that it's supposed to be like a Halo weapons are supposed to be utility. The problem is that Halo develops a meta every single time of a weapon that's not utility. It is an all-round weapon. Halo Infinite right now, that is the Bandit. Like battle rifle was it, but now the Bandit does as much damage as the battle
Halo
rifle.
Infinite battle rifle's kind of sad.
Exactly. And so like every weapon is utility. If you see it on the ground, it's now a tool. In the case of Halo 3, if you see a Mauler on the ground, you can grab that real quick. If you see another Mauler, well, now I have two of them, two, and then melee done. And then you can just drop them, swap to something else. I don't think you should ever really hang on to a weapon for too long unless it's a all-rounder like the BR. But that's the thing about dual wielding, was that you could fix that and make it so it's less of a utility thing and make a weapon that's an all-rounder that is even more all-round when you dual
Yeah,
wield.
that's the one thing that I appreciated about Halo's dual wielding system in general, was like you could dual wield, Halo 3 Magnum and a plasma pistol. You could mix and match the weapons that you're using, and that would totally influence how you interact with the sandbox. and how that interacts with combat in multiplayer.
100%. No, I agree. But the way FPSs have gone in particular, like casual gaming is like almost out the window. And it's just like these days, like I can only imagine how frustrating it would be like on ranked, because there's going to be some absolute like sweat lord that has done nothing but play Halo Infinite ranked Slayer for a month straight and not gotten out of the basement. And he's just using, the plasma pistol and, the sidekick. And the sidekick can be really good at like alone, but like with how sweaty things are, the amount of exploits and how good people can get, like I miss it. But at the same time, I don't miss it, if that makes sense. I just don't think right now with how gaming is, it would just be, there would be so many game breaking stuff, and then they'd have to go the Call of Duty route where like every month I have to nerf this, I'm gonna buff this, I'm gonna nerf that, buff this, nerf that. Like I don't want to see them like do that more than they have to. You know what I mean? Like so many weapon combinations that they would just like people would try and throw it, and God forbid, Call of Duty does this with their ranked playlist. There's guns you just straight up can't use in ranked, which, to be fair, has kind of been like nice. Like certain guns that are just blatantly broken in the meta, like they're just like, yeah, we're just not even gonna allow that in pro league settings. But it creates like a 2 to 3 gun meta, which is like super stupid. And I just don't want to see like Halo go down that route where they're constantly like nerfing, buffing, just because like the community is like, oh, this is too strong, or this is too weak, this is too strong. Like, I just don't want to see that.
There's a point where community feedback needs to be ignored.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
Yes.
Totally.
Yes. 100%. Like at the end of the day, like the community thinks they know better than some of the devs, and they don't. Sometimes we might. Sometimes.
Maybe.
Sometimes.
And the thing is that the thing that I've learned about the whole like, community feedback thing, most of the time the devs knew before the players did, and it's just the reason why the fix comes so fast is because they were working on it way before we
already
noticed.
knew, but they were like, we have to roll it out. We'll fix it later.
Yeah, like they usually always know. That's the fun thing about knowing devs is that most of the time they do say it this way. They're just like, it's weird watching people shout at the people inside the house and being one of the people inside of the house, knowing that the things that they're shouting about is in one way or another usually not applicable. People just don't know it. And once you do, you're part of that circle, and you don't talk about what goes on inside the house. It's just that's how it works. That's how it goes. I would love Dual Wielding to come back in one way, shape, or form. Just to be back. I don't quite get the whole, like, we had Halo Combat Evolved all the way to Reach with new features, new ways of improving upon what was already there. And then starting with Halo 4, it was a deconstruction of what was already there, removing things that had been there for a long time. And now with Infinite, it's more so than ever because there's more features removed from Infinite than there have been in other past Halo games. Or they just took forever to get re-added, but even then still is lacking a lot of the features that past Halo games had. And that's even when we're talking about something like ODST, which by definition should be seen as something that's like it's missing content. Even then, there's something about it that makes it feel like you're still getting a bunch of content out of it. Part of that is because it was the thing that revolutionized the idea of firefight for Halo. But that's not really saying much because when we're really talking about firefight, like firefight it's an okay horde mode. It lacks the purpose that a lot of survival, like survive the odds sort of game modes have. It lacks things like upgrades. It lacks things like weapon challenges, things like that, things to make the horde mode interesting. Especially since enemies never get more difficult. It's just skulls get added, and eventually you're out of skulls.
Firefight on MCC, the ODST firefight on MCC is incredible, though.
It is great.
The customization. The flood got added to it probably about like 12 years too late, in my opinion. But you know,
it was a pleasant surprise.
No, it was great,
especially with like the visual effects they added to the maps.
Oh, absolutely!
Too.
Like, like shout out to the MCC dev team because they like I'm not big on like the armor that they've added into MCC, but like at least there's like an option to turn off like the newer, goofier armor if you want like a more traditional looking Halo.
I wish more games had that option.
No, like Call of Duty.
Like Call of Duty. I wish I could turn off all of the goofy Travis Scott and Nicki Minaj.
You don't want to be a Halo jackal in Call of Duty? What?
Okay, that skin is kind of hot fire.
Of course. I figured James would like it.
I will still not buy it, but
No. Well, you'd probably have to pay an ungodly amount of money to have it.
exactly.
Oh, like the King Kong glove thing that was like $80.
Well, here's the thing.
You had to buy all of the King Kong.
That came
Godzilla
with it came with all the
bundles to get
packs.
it.
Like if you bought them individually, like buying like the pack itself. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you would actually save money if you just spent the 80 instead of going through and buying every single one. But that's also scummy because at the end of the day,
And the camo that you got if you... The thing that everyone was like, the $100 camo, but I didn't know it was a camo reward if you spent $100 on the Call of Duty like shop.
a lot of people like
That kind of
rag-
got blown out of proportion.
No,
for me.
it-
I'm
a
like,
lo- no, you're-
it's a bonus, like it's a promotion for their store. That's pretty
a
normal.
lot of people like rag on that kind of stuff about COD without even actually like going in. Don't get me wrong, they have
No,
like,
they're terrible. Don't get us wrong.
no, it's bad, but like a lot of people don't like get context because like there's like with especially with MW3, everyone's like, oh, Call of Duty. It's like they're kind of beating a dead horse, but like all in all, the last few CODs have been pretty good. Like there's ups and downs with each of them. MW3 is definitely the worst over the last few we've gotten. But like the microtransactions have always been constant. At least it's not like it's all cosmetic for the most part. There are like weapon blueprints that you can get, but like it all has attachments that like you can unlock in game.
Sorry.
No, go
You're
ahead.
done.
Go ahead. That's all I had.
Quick little thing about that though. Well, like Call of Duty's gameplay, like in like the way the game's play has been good, its identity is completely gone.
No, it is. It is.
Like it feels like I'm playing an advertisement for other IPs.
I have basically lost faith in like not Call of Duty in general. Definitely Infinity Ward. After Vanguard, Sledgehammer's also on my list. Treyarch is like
Treyarch had a lot of the same goofy bullshit in their game too.
well, I mean, it is, but like a lot of like looking back on it, like I didn't play a lot of the Cold War multiplayer, but like Cold War is looked at in a positive light these days.
So on recent news, have y'all heard about that Tarkov update?
We're not gaming news. I do have something to tie back here. All right, so here's the thing.
It is unheard of.
MCC right now. There's conversation happening about how MCC could have been just a money generator for.
I saw
343.
I saw a tweet about it
Mint
earlier.
Blitz, yeah.
It was Mint Blitz.
So here's the thing, right? There's just. I don't know what microtransactions could have been added to MCC to make it.
Yeah, that scares. I saw
I
that
don't.
tweet.
I'm thoroughly like
they never got to
viciously
explain
against
their plan.
MTX.
They never got to actually say what their plan was because they did like pull the community essentially.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
what it sounded like to me is they basically were just gonna make Spartan points or whatever they're called.
Yep.
Purchasable. I wouldn't have hated that if it helped.
The thing is
game
that
grow and keep making updates and development.
The thing is that since there are so many ways to get Spartan points, they would have to get rid of those methods more than likely if they wanted to actually entice people to buy them. That was the major concern.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never know.
No, but the thing is that with microtransactions, the only way that I could see MCC not tarnishing its reputation, because right now it's definitely the golden boy of the franchise. I could see it being like, I don't know, maybe they pull like a Minecraft marketplace thing. You pay for mods to play on Xbox, and you can do that sort of stuff.
Or I'll just boot up Steam Workshop on my
That's
PC
the thing.
and
Since they
do it
already
for
have
free.
since they already have the workshop, but everyone said that about Java.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now the Minecraft marketplace is booming.
Yeah.
They just made things so easy. And so like there's methods to make MCC actually worthwhile. It's just that's the thing is that when talking about microtransactions, nobody can really talk about Halo microtransactions without talking about the terrible Infinite Shop.
Well, what they can do, and this is just me spitballing here because it seems like there's other games that are kind of taking on this role. Think CS:GO, like a skin shop, armor shop. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Rainbow Six is implementing something like that sometime this season. I'm not advocating for or against it, but this is just me saying like they could do something like very similar. Yeah, no,
and
especially
one of the things that I feel like that they could do microtransaction wise on MCC, but I don't know how I would feel about it, is they bring mod support to console and they put it behind a paywall.
Right. I mean, for that, I don't.
The thing is, the way that I look at it is that I am a big proponent of good old classic DLC. If I got to pay like $10 for a map pack that's got like 5 maps in it, sure.
The thing is, you have to convince your window overlord to give you a budget to produce DLC.
and that's
Window
the thing.
overlord.
And that's the thing
like
that sucks
that.
is that MTX is so stupid successful because so many people don't realize that they don't
Right.
have as much expendable income.
And I
as they
think the problem is when you're looking at it in a business sense, there's no way MCC draws any money these days.
Not anymore, no, because they don't do any updates anymore.
No, they're kind of looking at Infinite to take that role, but a lot of there's like
That's not happening.
no, I was gonna say there's a
No, it's
wide
not.
consensus of like Infinite, like, hey, don't buy shit from the shop. It's terrible. Like I cannot tell you how many like hidden Xperia videos I watched in Halo Infinite. He's like, guys, for the love of God, he's like, please do not encourage this kind of behavior from.
I never understand it. I'm like, why would you pay $30 for a armor set when you paid $60 for a whole campaign?
The prices were absolutely still, in my opinion, still
no, you still got to pay $26 for one of the sets.
They brought them down a little bit, like thinking like that'd be good. Like no,
Well, they bring them down when the outrage gets bad, then try and sneak them back up, and then everyone notices.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they'd make more money if they just made everything.
And they got called on that
They
too
probably
when they first
would.
dropped
If everything
the
was
prices,
$5, people
and
probably
then they
wouldn't
brought
care.
them back up.
The way that
They got called.
everybody has already been saying this. We just want the pieces and items to be individual. Just put them in a category. We can buy them from the filter. Just
or if I
go
see
through.
if I see one more thing that I want to unlock and it says fucking vaulted, I'm gonna put my controller through my monitor,
Dude,
that irks me almost more than the. It's close, but that irks me more than the store prices because of how much they advertise. Like,
well, the exchange is coming.
Well, this is the thing that bugs me a lot, and I'm glad that you brought this up because this is something that has irked me for a long time. I was willing to sit back for a second and see what happens. Since the game's launch, I've completed every single battle pass. I've completed every pass. I've completed every operation. Every time that there's a new one, I do it in the first week. I just want all of the free customization options. And, I have to stare at the shop for the cool stuff and not buy it.
you just sit there and touch your screen like.
Yeah. The only stuff I ever bought from the store, which, by the way, I would still do this to this day. The only stuff that I've ever purchased from any Halo at all for microtransactions was the Voices of War pack for Halo 5 because it gave me awesome announcers that I still use.
That was cool. I like that.
I wish they didn't stop doing the AI thing. I was so excited for what AIs they were going to do.
No, like, why did they stop that?
The other thing I was purchasing was the AI in Halo Infinite. I got the Superintendent. I got Mr. Chief. I got the different AI because they were super cool. They were a great idea.
I think Mr. Chief was the only one you had to buy.
No, you had to buy Superintendent.
No, he was in the Battle Pass.
He was?
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I had to buy the Battle Pass, so
the only, I think in terms of like the store, and I hate that, but like I know if you found a coding that like you wanted, like, oh my god, that's me. I know you'd probably just bite the bullet and buy it.
I've already done it.
Yep. Like I did it too.
And the thing is, I still feel like I'm settling.
No, for sure. But like it's the closest you got for now, which it's shitty that we're even in that situation. But yeah, like that when I came to the store, like I checked the store every day to see if there was like a good coating that like I'm always red and black and I like go for like a darker black, and I found a good one. And that's the only thing I've bought from the store. I mean, unless you want to count the battle passes. But no, I haven't really.
You'd think that black and purple would be a common thing.
you would think that
And white.
would be a really common thing.
There is a white
Got
one
me
in there.
every other color in the rainbow, but except not the combination.
But at least it existed.
It existed for $20.
It existed. it existed.
Can you guys tell we ran out of stuff to talk about ODST?
No, because I wanted to circle it all the way back. how is it that ODST feels more worth it to play?
Fair enough.
Well, actually, I mean, I've played a lot more Infinite.
I think that ODST really fulfills. But like when you play ODST, you know exactly what you're getting, and not only that, ODST, even to this day, I would argue, is undersold to what it is, because Bungie's whole motto when going through ODST was oversell, like under promote, under advertise. You know, oh, it's just a small game, blah blah blah. Never mind, here's this whole campaign experience plus a new mode that, you know, wasn't in any other Halo game beforehand. Because as much as, like you said, Austin, Firefight is kind of just, you know, it's like a turn your brain off and just kill things.
Yep.
That was a new mode when ODST came out. It was brand new. And so you think you know what you're getting when you get ODST and you start it, and then it subverts your expectations in a good way, in a really good way. It was different in, I believe, all avenues, honestly, from everything else in the trilogy that we got. Is different soundtrack, different gameplay. I mean, there's small details too when you're playing that you realize, oh, and that, like, one of my favorite ones is when you're playing Halo 3 ODST, your grenade arc is higher than when you're playing Chief, because you're a normal human, not, you know, augmented. So it takes more weight, it takes more power for you to throw that grenade. So the arc to your grenade is different. Like things like that, like the small little details that show the love and care really brings ODST to this level of, oh my gosh, you know?
And I got to make sure that I'm clear on this, specifically to you, James. Campaign. Because ODST, obviously, if you play Infinite multiplayer, there is no comparison. There is nothing to compare.
Right. That's what I was going to say. It's like, it's apples to oranges.
Yeah,
like, it's,
but
they're
if you're talking
two very different
campaign,
experiences.
Like Infinite, like why does ODST, which is effectively a story of nothing, if you really think about it, it's effectively a story of nothing.
I've probably played them both about the same amount of time.
Yeah, but which one did you have more fun with? Because
that's hard to say. Honestly, I put them in a, like I said, I'm a bit of an ODST. I don't think it's bad. But for me, campaign wise, in terms of like enjoyment, and I guess I'm mostly speaking from gameplay, kind of similar.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the reason why I'm comparing them directly is because both of them utilize a open world-ish sort of style. Yeah. But it's just ODST does stuff that, like, it honestly, it's kind of funny to think about it now. Infinite kind of took a lot of notes. Audio logs are scattered throughout the open world in Infinite. They all tell a story that eventually, and the
Halo
more
always has audio logs.
Nowadays, ODST started it. That's the thing.
Yes, it did. But I feel like every game after that has had audio logs.
Yeah,
Reach had them.
No, they had data pads.
Yeah, but there was also like I guess there were some Easter egg radios you could find.
Yeah, if we're talking like terminals and stuff, they've had that for a while, since 3. But yeah, Infinite just took a lot of notes. It's just they didn't take the right ones because the world still feels. I don't know what it is. A city that is legitimately empty feels more full than than a grassland.
I think that is because ODST knew what it was from the get-go. They were going to be like, okay, it's going to be a section of a city. How can we fill that out? And they took notes about a city. Like one of the things that Staten said in some of the behind the scenes videos is that you can get lost in ODST, which is why they put the map there, but they made it so you could get lost if you don't rely on the map. And it's small, it's compact, but it's still open. You can still go and explore the section of this Mombasa. And the problem with Infinite's open world, in my opinion, is that the space is a lot bigger than what they were able to put into it. So there's too much walking and not doing anything. And then that also lends to the soundtrack. For instance, the comparison that I would like to make for soundtrack purposes is Halo CE. Marty had a very specific idea of when you're not doing anything and you're just walking, it's silent. There's no soundtrack playing. However, in Infinite, there's always a soundtrack playing in the background. And while the soundtrack is great, the lack of silence puts less weight on the parts where you're fighting and stuff. And that weight then gets shifted to the wrong things, such as realizing how empty Infinite's open world really is.
Yeah. Yep, all very true statements. Unfortunately, that's going to have to wrap it up, though. That whole conversation.
Oh my gosh, that was so fast.
Yeah, it's going to have to be up in the air from there because really that's all you can do when it comes to comparing the campaigns. Usually the statement that I like to live by is there's no Halo campaign that isn't in some way, shape, or form fun to play. Halo Infinite is fun for the Far Cry 3 gameplay.
Oh, dude, I had a blast with Infinite. It's probably top 2.
Yeah, clear out outposts, clear out all sorts of enemy types, have fun exploring Forerunner facilities that are filled with all sorts of things for people like me who know everything about things related to the Forerunners. Having fun with that, but even like let's say Halo 5, everyone the trashes on Halo 5, but play it on easy. Now you're cooking. But anyway, if you want to join us on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about some stuff related
Thursday.
Thursday.
Join us on Thursday. We're going to be talking about stuff related to the community, and this guy is going to join us once again. So it'll be a good time, and apparently he's got something in store for us, so it'll be fun. If you want to support us directly, patreon.com/JumperScape. If you don't want to get all sucked into it, then you can go to ko-fi.com/JumperScape. If you want to join the community, discord.gg/JumperScape. And if you want to just get involved with everything that has to do with us, JumperScape.com. That's literally everything there. So otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining us on today's episode. Next week, we're going to be going and continuing the release order as we have been doing and getting into Halo Reach, which unfortunately James will not be joining us for.
Sorry.
But don't worry, James. I'll bring you back.
I'll make sure that James gets another good old statement in there so that his words are recorded for the record. All right. Have a good rest of your days, everybody, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. What?
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.
Hey everyone, my name is Jack, creative lead at Containment Media. If you don't already know, we're working on a feature-length Halo film called Firestorm, in collaboration with JumperScape Media. It's going to be a gritty, authentic take on the Halo universe with plenty of callbacks and ties to the mainline canon. And you can support us right now by heading over to our Indiegogo campaign and donating to help us make Firestorm a reality. Otherwise, please share it around to friends and family and make sure to follow us on social media so you can follow the journey with us. Thanks so much, and bye for now.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, 4 friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the library. Where we talk about Halo lore, but now we're talking about the community. Whoa.
Liberty.
I would say let's play Helldivers tonight, but we got other things we got to play tonight.
What else? Oh, are we playing
Chili's,
that tonight?
yeah, we're playing.
Are you doing
yeah.
that?
Oh, totally.
That was
Okay.
the best zombies map I've ever
No,
played.
it was incredible. I'm upset because we're gonna practically know almost everything.
Okay, I'm plugging this guy, whoever made it. If you
Plug
have
him.
Black Ops 3 on your PC, play Chili's. It's the best zombies.
Go to the Steam
It's
Workshop.
better than Kino der Toten. It's better than Origins. It's better than whatever map I was going to say next.
Like unironically, it is like an incredible map.
It's the perfect blend of the goofiness of a like custom zombies map, because they always have their goofy meme culture bullshit in them. But it's also like really good for no reason.
like the quests you got to do. There's horror elements in it. There's
lore.
There's lore. No, there's lore. There is actual lore to it that we didn't like. I don't even think we scratched the surface.
I don't even
of
know
it.
if he's done with it yet.
No, he's not
Like
done.
the lore part. I mean,
No, we in the Steam Workshop it says like the full release is coming sometime this summer. So I mean, it could be like in a week, it could be like in a month or two, but no, it is incredible.
Yeah, so all of that plugging aside, we're also joined once again by one of our top patrons over here, Potassium. How are you still doing well, my friend? You went through a whole lot of conversation last time.
It's been weird. It's been strange. Like we've time traveled and everything because I just randomly teleported
Imagine
back into
going
this
through
chair.
it every week for like a year.
I don't want to.
It's rough. It's real rough. But hey, before we get started with the show today, obviously, if you want to support us, hey, don't touch that. I see you going towards the 15-second skip button. Don't you listen. I got important stuff to say, okay? Patreon.com/JumperScape. You can support us directly, or you can go to ko-fi.com/JumperScape. If you want to join the community, I'm so glad you stuck around for this one because you really should join up. We're almost at 1,000 members. So you should really get us there. Discord.gg/JumperScape. We would love to have you. We'd love to chat with you. We'd love having a good time. If you've been paying attention as well, there's an intro at the beginning of these episodes that you probably have noticed. Containment Media is now getting close to starting production on their second Halo fan film. That's going to have a lot of budget, and they need your support. So if you want to support
Wick
them,
needs your
John
help.
John Wick is in great danger, and he needs your support to take down the squads in the tilted towers.
So if you could
Just
please
give us
send
the
your credit
16
card
number.
information and the security code.
Can
on
we
the
say
back.
that because he got taken down for that?
Don't do that. That was a joke.
Legally, you can't do that. But yeah, Containment Media, they're doing a whole lot of fun stuff. Find them on YouTube. Find them everywhere, especially on JumperScape Media's YouTube channel. We have their video uploaded on our channel as well. All the details are there for you. We're all over Twitter talking about it, so have a good time with the X, whatever it is. It's going to be great, though.
Room T37 every Friday.
Love
Yes.
Room 237.
237, a horror film podcast every Friday.
And for those of you who are just now getting back to us after ignoring Austin and doing the 15-second skip button anyway, I'm gonna have a word with your principal.
Not the principal.
Connor's saying that because he interacts with them.
I was gonna say Connor's still in elementary school.
It's a middle school.
Every year we think he will move on. Every year.
We think this will be when he graduates the 8th grade.
I'll make it to high school.
Do you think the reason is so like easy to pass high school is they just don't want to deal with having a 20-year-old senior?
To be honest, here's the funny thing about that is that like college is sort of the same thing. If you just do the work at least, it doesn't matter. Like for the most part, unless your career specifically requires that you have a high grade, which mine didn't.
I don't think any of them do,
I mean,
except for like medical profession, and
Which
like,
you really
lawyers.
do want good grades if you're a freaking doctor.
I would hope so.
But no, like my job straight up, I was in media communications for social media and marketing and all of that. And whenever I was talking with my professor, the head of the communications department, he straight up told me to my face, is like, just worry about your portfolio. Don't worry about grades. Your portfolio is the most important thing that will come with you out of this school. And I'm like, that's fair. Still walked out with, I think a B overall. I don't know.
That's not
an
that's not a
average?
GPA.
GPA? Oh, man.
My GPA is a B.
I forgot about the GPA thing. Probably like a 2.9. Not amazing. Not even close. But
That's honestly for college. That's fine.
I'll take it. My portfolio speaks for itself. JumperScape.
I just want to point out, I was like, you guys made me curious, and I was texting my student success advisor asking if he could give me a rundown of what my current GPA is. I was trying to type accumulative, and my phone auto corrected it to account lettuce.
Okay,
What's my account lettuce GPA?
so we're in the 1.0 range.
Fun fact: if your GPA is in the tank, transfer. It starts over.
That's awesome.
I learned that.
Or drop out like I did.
You can do that too.
About it.
I mean, there is also the third option: just graduate.
Yeah, that is also on the table, and that should be your first option.
Most people, I mean, to be fair, graduation rate of college is below 50%.
Yep.
So most people do drop out.
Yep.
Yep.
I knew so many students in my college who just decided to leave, and that's fair, you know? But before we continue on, we've got reviews. We have new ones. The funniest thing about the review system to me that's happening with this show
Hilarious.
is I'll check every week. Like, I'll check every day in between our recording sessions. I'm like, man, no new reviews. Man, no new reviews. Oh, man, now our review rate is in the negatives and percentage-wise. We're going backwards, man. And then all of a sudden, like 5 or 6 will show up on the day we record.
Speaking of going backwards, this Saturday I actually graduate.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Look at you.
He's getting out of middle school with this one.
I can't wait.
I thought you already did graduate.
No, I took a break because state testing sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We
I guess I thought the state testing came after you graduated for some reason.
No, I still have more to take. Just one test to let me go back to school.
Well, hey, speaking of making fun of Connor, we have actually a review from a Mr. Spinosauridia.
Spinosauridae.
Who?
Spinosauridia.
Let's find out who
Yeah,
this man is.
Spinosauridia. Yeah,
Sounds like a
you
disease.
should know. You should know.
I thought maybe it was the Latin like phonetic, like not phonetic, the Latin like word for like the Spinosaur family, but that's Spinosauria. Or it might be Spinosauridae, like AE. I forget which one.
Idei. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, James knows a lot about dinos.
I liked the dinosaurs. I wanted to be a paleontologist, but then I was bad at science. so I found out I couldn't do that.
Science is hard.
And now he's into other dinosaurs like Singheili.
Yes. Yes. Okay, Connor.
I like lizards.
5 stars.
Well, they're not lizards.
A tribute to Connor from Rush Clagett. I'm going to guess Clagett. Can I just say that while Connor is the most underappreciated and picked on host of this show, he is by far the most hilarious. His subtle comments and jokes combined with his little to no knowledge of the Halo universe make him so helpful and awesome. He is an essential part of the library's lineup and the JumperScape family. Austin, James, and Shane, I know deep down you love him to death and you guys are so cool as well. All 4 of you make my day with your hilarious content. It really means the world to me and so many others that you put so much love and time into this amazing project. P.S. Stories from Waypoint is a truly inspiring undertaking. I can't wait for new stories episodes. Also, whenever my parents decide to stop restricting my devices, I will definitely join the Discord, and hopefully when they become a patron. You guys are awesome. PSS, interesting question, but does Connor have his own passion that none of you can figure out or understand? Also, you guys are all equally cool and awesome. I just wanted to give Connor a little morale boost.
Yay, I like that.
Thank you, Spinosauridia.
Thank you.
So, Connor, do you have any passions that we can't figure out? That's probably a question for us. Pancakes and salt, I guess.
Well, here
I will say every now and then. Thing.
I will say this: if you want to hear Connor know what he's talking about and like.
Oh, you're a scumbag for you. You're
I'm plugging. Yeah, I'm plugging.
It's a good plug. It's legit.
It's a good plug because it's real. It's like, yeah, he has little to no Halo knowledge, but we did an episode about the Babadook on Room 237, and Connor's just sitting out here, fucking film literate as fuck. Sorry for all the F-bombs. Like, just saying, I believe it's a metaphor for, like, and I'm like,
jaw on the floor.
Because I'm just so used to, this dynamic that I was like, Oh.
While Connor's going on his spiel, the Oppenheimer theme music is playing in his head.
Hold on. Kyle, you've listened to all of our episodes so far. What did you think of that episode?
That episode was honestly amazing because just like James, I'm sorry, Connor, but I was not expecting him to be that like literate with the film. And I watched the Babadook in preparation for it, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's like catching things that I didn't even think of. I was like thinking of like metaphors and stuff because I like doing that with films and like books particularly. And I was like, it's a different side of him. It's like he just flipped a switch. This man put on a hat and he turns into a different person.
My brain power gets directed to other places.
He's also super knowledgeable about gym stuff and car stuff, which is really cool.
There's a whole Terminals episode where Connor and Shane break down their
Connor knows
their
all of
workout
his gym
tips.
stuff.
All.
He's a huge advocate for anabolic steroids.
I'm holding back.
That's only a half joke.
Yes.
half joke. Wait, what?
Hold on. No, hold on now. So now with that all out of the way, yes, Connor, we appreciate you very much, and you were a valuable addition to the show. So thank you for showing up. You know,
Someone's got to fill the dynamic.
I remember like just before it happened, like I was like, oh, Connor doesn't know anything about Halo. How's that going to work? And it's low key the best thing that could have happened. Like I didn't think it wouldn't work. I just was like, I hope he doesn't get bored.
No,
like,
that's the thing is that statistically wise, I was thinking something similar. I was like, this could be a great choice, or it could not work at all.
You gotta think. There's got to be other people out there that are like me with Halo.
Yeah.
Ever since he came in episode 29, ever since it's been killer having him. My favorite episode 38 from an hour and 36 minutes to an hour and 47 minutes. It's the funniest interaction between James and Connor ever. If you haven't watched that, go and watch it again.
and okay, give me the timestamp again.
1 hour, 36 minutes and 6 seconds to 1 hour, 47 minutes and 15 seconds.
Was it the
On episode 38.
Was it the Uncle Hank thing?
No, it's you versus Connor, where Connor obviously won.
He agrees.
I was so triggered in the moment.
The peak of that little clip is when Connor goes, "I can't wait to meet everybody," and James yells, "I f***ing won!"
Hey, on that Kahoot thing, I did beat people.
Yep,
He did.
You did.
I want everyone to remember that I beat everybody.
Number one spot.
But not for real, because I didn't win
a single
anything.
thing. Everybody else here getting thousands of Halo Infinite credits. You get pride.
Like other people who won the quiz, I beat.
The thing is, for me, I'm just good at Kahoot because my brain, for some reason, when I do Kahoot, is so good at going, like smashing the button almost immediately.
Yeah.
So I was getting like 998, like 995, like on almost every question I got right.
That's awesome. With the next review, we've got from Yippee Bug.
We need a button for that.
Oh, we probably do. Honestly, we have so much room for sounds on this thing. I should just start loading it. 5 stars. Please make more. I love this podcast, and I would love to see more of it. It helps me pass the time when I'm bored. So thank you so much for having this podcast. You're welcome.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Also, stories from Waypoint. Also, Tarkov a Halo story. Also, Terminals. Also, Room 237 Horror Films podcast. Also, Redacted. Also, Redacted.
What?
There are 2 shows in production right now that I can't talk about.
Ah, I see. I can't wait to listen to Redacted.
I'm such a huge fan of. It's one of my favorite shows. Hey! I am so looking forward to. My favorite part about it. I really like the part where you shove into that guy's.
James committed it.
And then Shane came in with the accordion. And Connor said, "What's that smell?"
I love when Austin.
Oh man. So yes, we've got plenty of stuff for you. So feel free to just take a look around, my friend. There's tons of stuff that we've produced that you would love.
I'm thinking about Shane with an accordion.
Shut your ass up.
Tell me it's not amazing.
It's not amazing.
I think it's a time for a button.
Okay, what's the funniest instrument that you guys could see each other playing?
I actually played one.
Shane is definitely an accordion.
I was going to say the
Bagpipes.
triangle.
Connor is bagpipes.
Nope, I had an instrument in middle school.
You had an instrument in middle school.
I
was
remember.
actually, like, what was it?
Trombone.
Yep, I was a tromboner.
We are children. We are actually teenagers.
Read our reviews.
I feel like Austin would play the hurdy-gurdy.
I can see that.
No, I would play that big ass harmonica. That's like way too big.
You know, Kyle, I could see you as glockenspiel, but like the marching band kind, where it's like attached to your like chest.
I play piano. I could probably learn how to play glockenspiel.
There you go.
Exactly.
I want to play the cowbell.
Next
James,
review.
What about me? Thank you, Kyle.
Review is from 1111 Wither King again. He's back once again.
But what instrument would I play?
What instrument would you play?
Didgeridoo.
Okay,
No,
I'm
I
down
agree
with
on that. Yeah, I agree. Or that weird accordion that has like the what is it? It's not an accordion. It's like an accordion, but it's smaller. Harpsichord? Not harpsichord.
That's a
Yeah, it's completely
very
different.
thing.
It's the smaller one that you use in Sea of Thieves, the very small one. That's like a hexagon.
I think it's still an accordion.
no, it's called something else entirely. I don't know.
Small accordion.
Thank you, Connor. So, 5 stars. Question. First, sorry for giving Shane a heart attack. I did not commit intentional torture, but since you guys love the joke that Shane is a kidnapper, I wanted confirmation from Shane if it's okay if I could make a 3-part story about it. If no, I understand. Also, Austin, could you please pin my comment on your last Collateral Creatives episode? I've been trying to get a reply on all of your work. Thanks. I don't have access to any of the Collateral Creative stuff anymore. That's like a completely different company owns that. That show.
Oh, that was this is the guy who wrote the review about the Ohio Revised Code.
Yes.
Oh my
yes,
God.
It is. Yes, it is.
By the way, I looked that all up. It's all legit.
I was wondering. I wanted to know if it was legit or not. We were like, we're gonna do it after the show. We never did, so it's all like accurate.
Well,
It's all legit.
That
I went
is-
to every single one, and I was reading through them. I was like, oh my gosh, he did his research.
No, that's insane.
well, Shane, do you give this guy permission to write a 3-part story about you kidnapping people?
who am I kidnapping?
That's a good question. You won't
We'll
know.
have to find out in the story.
That's what I'm saying, Shane.
First JumperScape fan fiction? What?
No, it's not the first.
About to say,
It's
there's
not?
like
It's not the first.
there's like a running
Oh, wait, it's not.
joke
It's
in
not.
the Discord chat.
There's
not.
there's another story that I don't think we are. I mean, just out of respect for him, I don't want to mention it.
I don't want to spoil it
Yeah,
for
but
everybody.
It's not the first. So Shane, would
you guys know about it. He asked
Yeah.
you guys about it.
Yeah, he reached out to you about it. But Connor's trying his best to whisper it. So Shane, do you give this guy permission?
Go for it.
There you go, from the horse's mouth. Sorry, donkeys.
You don't even get to be a horse.
Just like Donkey in Shrek 2.
Good movie. We saw it in theaters.
Yeah, it made a comeback. I know. So glad to hear it. Next up, from Jax Hasty. 11 out of 10, 5 stars. The Cuban Missile Crisis was a 35-day confrontation between the United States and the Soviet Union, which escalated into an international crisis when American deployment of missiles in Italy and Turkey were matched by Soviet deployments of similar ballistic missiles in Cuba. Despite the short time frame, the Cuban Missile Crisis remains the defining moment in U.S. national security and nuclear war preparation. The confrontation is often considered the closest the Cold War came to escalating into a full-scale nuclear war.
So what does that got to do with JumperScape?
Everything. We were there, Connor.
Sweet USA lore.
Someone do the fitness gram pacer test, please.
Actually did
If
that.
not, I'll do it.
Actually did that last Friday. It was such a blast.
Connor has performed.
Is it the same voiceover?
Pacer
Yes,
test.
it is the same thing. Has not changed.
The fitness gram
The
pacer
fitness
test
gram
is
pacer
a
test.
multi-stage aerobic capacity test. That's
Although I will say, it's definitely worth the check out because I got some pretty jamming songs on there.
hell yeah. So next, yeah, I saw it. I saw that immediately.
saw it as well.
There's a new Battlefront 2 mod where you can replace. I think that's Ray with Arbiter.
Sorry, I just saw it and I needed
So,
to make sure that it.
I can show you how to install it.
Cool.
You're welcome.
I don't have it on PC.
Oh, but when you do, I can show you how to replace Finn with Master Chief and now Ray with Arbiter.
Sick.
Don't worry,
Yes.
James. I'll get you Battlefront 2.
You don't have to get it for me.
Honestly, guy.
You don't have to.
Honestly, guy. Just donate more if you're going to be like that. Okay, next up, not the last one. We're almost done, though. From Am Superfly. I'm not paying you, all caps, 5 stars. I am 32, started with Halo CE on the OG Xbox. Now I'm in a position to put myself through school and landed on a Halo Infinite collegiate esports team. With that, I wanted all of the Halo media I could find. That being said, fantastic show for being in the realm that is Halo. Not every show is a ton of Halo lore, which is what I originally showed up for, but the community keeps you around. A true passion project, and can only hope that they continue this for years to come. Very few podcasts I keep up with weekly, and this is definitely one. Also, I have tried 3 different cards to sign up to the Patreon, 3 different banks. I get an error every time, so sorry guys, I'm not paying you. I'm also not lactating. Roll Tide.
You lost me.
You lost me at Roll Tide.
You lost me at the
I don't know what that means.
It's Alabama.
football.
Oh.
It's it's not
Football.
just football. It's Alabama, but
Although your dynasty is falling apart.
that I agree with.
Just the straight face response after that.
We're Buckeyes fans. We have no room to talk.
Well, hey, my
Our
guy.
dynasty is also falling apart.
Yeah.
Well,
It
here's
is.
the thing, Am Superfly.
Ours is hardly even a dynasty, actually.
The Buckeyes are getting built right now.
Here's the thing, Am
My
Superfly.
dad's been telling me.
If you want to really support us, ko-fi.com/JumperScape. If you really want to. You don't have to. It's
no, you
fine.
do. You have to have. You have to.
No, don't listen to Shane.
Yeah,
We
but
don't, we
here's
don't
the-
go to anyone
Like,
into
here's the
supporting
thing.
us.
If you really want to be, if you want to support us and also have us support you, join the Discord. Discord.gg/JumperScape. There's folks in there. So I'm honestly surprised about it all the time. There are folks in your age range in the Discord. that
Austin
you
will
can
for
hang out with.
surely welcome you to the Discord chat.
Every single time. I don't miss a single
Not if
one.
I do it first.
very
Not if I
good.
do it first.
That's the thing. I've gotten the first on the last 6, so y'all are falling behind.
How many people are in our Discord now?
578.
Neat.
I keep track.
That's my totally real laugh.
What?
You're supposed to chop your neck to make it sound better.
That's what I did.
boy.
Do it harder.
Okay,
There
so
we go.
I was waiting for the
next
coughing.
up, we've got 2 more to go. 5 stars from Clodocat83. Welcome back, Clodocat. I have a question for you, Austin. Shoot. You mentioned that you speedrun Halo Wars in the Halo Wars episode. Could you guys maybe do an episode on Halo speedrunning? Also, according to Halo fandom, Catherine Halsey weighs 117 pounds. Well, that's fun.
Okay.
She just...
Specific to that, she weighed 117 pound after she loses her arm.
What a cut.
She has a weight of 124 pounds before she loses her arm.
And she took the cut pretty seriously.
got cut off. So, yeah, I mean, sure, we could do an episode on speedrunning for the library. I don't know, like, it'll probably be one of the community episode things, or just we talk about the community, because sometimes we talk about the community's lore. It exists. It's not just about Halo's universe. It's about Halo's community, too. So we'll talk about that probably at some point. Don't know if we'll do any better than other folks have in the past with some of their YouTube content, because there's some breakdowns of the speedrunning history and community. And as someone who has met Pro Ace Joker, like, there's a lot of stuff that you can get into with Halo speedrunning. It is ridiculous.
I love speedrun lore videos. They're great.
Last but certainly not least is from Alien Boy, the one with the Galaga aliens as his username somehow. W show Connor is scared. 5 stars.
What?
Awesome show, but I think Connor is scared of that one username. He screams a lot, but good show.
I'm not scared. I just get very excited.
That's a very funny way to think about it, though.
Dick Hammerbush.
Most of the time, it's just, yeah.
I know, but it's just so funny to think about. All right, so
Wait, speaking of.
now, yeah, you're right, Connor. We're on to the Patreon callouts. Why you gotta laugh like that?
Oh, no.
Okay, here we go. Man, we got a lot of people in the top tier now. That's insane to
need
just
more.
look at. Also, by the way, Kyle, thank you so much for finally filling the 75 slot.
Yeah, no problem.
Very appreciated. We have one person in every slot now because of this man.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, sir.
All right, here we go.
Doing my service.
Jacob Adlam, Scion Esports. Thank you for sponsoring Stories from Waypoint. Check it out, scionesports.com. Shane's number one Pookie. You. Shane, your response.
Who are you?
That was Kyle.
That's me.
Use my next memberships, both of them, to buy KFC and a carton of beer, please. Lactating snake nipples. Wow.
I can definitely go
Hey.
to KFC.
I mean,
I got something for you, Snake Nipples. Join the Discord.
Here's the thing, actually. Lactating snake nipples, dude. I mean, you are one of the top supporters. Like, you are at the top spot. So we genuinely could. Does it have. Okay. I'll do KFC. I'm not a huge fan of their chicken.
The popcorn. Oh, I will. I want to stop myself.
They have
I'm gonna hold myself
they have
back.
one of the best spicy chicken sandwiches.
They also got good mac and
I'm-
cheese.
I am not shocked you know that.
They have good mac and cheese as well.
Their chocolate cakes
Their mac
are
and
pretty
cheese is
good.
pretty great, yeah.
And their lemonade.
Kyle, what episode did I break down the best chicken sandwiches?
Okay, he's human.
Fake fan.
Thank God.
Fake fan.
He's checking his notes. That's what he's doing.
No, I'm just having the realization that he's normal because he can't just name off that timestamp.
Okay, so
it's probably I probably have it in my list of timestamps. Hold on.
well, while you're checking that, yes, we will make sure to get. I guess for both. Yeah, I forgot you do have two. So yeah, we'll get KFC next week, and I guess we'll just pick. What beer do we get?
Modelo.
That's not a bad idea.
I've been craving a land shark.
It's Modelo.
I've never had Land Shark.
No, it's
Oh,
Modelo.
I'm really
time.
excited. I'll report back. There's a Cedar Point beer now at Cedar Point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think
It's either going to be really good or really bad.
It's a lemon shandy.
Oh, that sounds
Oh,
amazing,
okay.
actually.
But
interesting.
it's always Modelo time, so Modelo.
All right. It's default 456. Fun fact, poo-poo time is always pee-pee time, but pee-pee time is never poo-poo time. Dark Salad 42. Dick Hammerbush. Yeah! Dong Crowbar Shrub. Halo the Guy. Lactating Gator. Mr. Shifter James Zealot. Shane, I know I'm your Pookie Bear, but can I please get out of your garage? These idiots think they can turn the PS2 into an... And then it cuts off right there.
Turn it into what?
Probably an improvised explosive device.
Yeah, probably an IED.
Shane's special little Pookie Wookie. Shane's big juicy Pookie.
You guys have too much free time. You have way too much free time.
Oh my god. Spartan Dave, Captain Varco UNSC Walk Softly, Cool Blazer, H Ghost, Kyle Hooley, Mobagat Y'all, Spartan Buko G156, Vermin, Addy Criminal, Austin Special Ungoy Stepchild, Connor Clark, Dapper Dame, spelled in a very fun way, Dylan, Jeremy Jerrigan, that's a fun name, Lactating Milk MT, Linda Marie, Shane's Ungoy Pookie, the freaking Batman. The Lactation of Mercy, a slightly sucked on chili dog, Brendan Pfeiffer, Sky Cairo, Ismazdoz Kadeedle. Yeah. Ismazdoz Kadeedle. Eliza Jakes O'Malley, Keith G077, Oddball here, Tyson Rue 88, Aussie ODST, Damian Groth, Dr. Lactator, Fakes McShooty, Zealot Ward, Ginger Boy Head Ass, Hayden, Bar Don't Play Name Games, Hamilton. I'm actually Connor Spooky. He takes care of me. Lactating Snake Dimples, Pity 104, Shane's Side Pookie.
Dang, Shane.
Shane's Dookie Bear. Shane's Lactating Pookie.
I love all
Shane's
of you.
Sugar Daddy Pookie. The Goob. Wraith. Okay, Connor, it's not funny anymore. I want out of your bedroom. I'm a spectral being, so how am I locked in? X3 Tien, Zenki.
Why my bedroom?
Daniel Dumpweed, Garrus Vicarian, Iskari, Keegan, and lastly, but never leastly, Ungoy Food Nipple. Ride or die, man. You know, ride or die. He's only changed one time and he never went back. Shane, are you doing okay?
Yes, I'm laughing. You guys have coordinated so much for this.
So we have our own server called the Council of Patreon Names, and we have the recording for each podcast on a schedule, and we go, okay, after this time, we change our names to this, and we have it planned out about a week in advance. So we've already got like next week's figured
you
out.
guys are low-key more like organized than we are.
It's fun because
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
I will claim responsibility for starting this back with the Connor, please stop dissing the West Coast. I'll give you all of Austin's McChickens name. But it's fun because it makes this whole segment worth listening to. And you should join the Patreon, whoever is listening to this and not in the Patreon.
Oh, he's also missing a detail that they also have it timed up for room 237 as well.
Yep, that
so,
too.
So, and just to give a brief overview on the Patreon situation, Patreon gives you a lot of really cool stuff. We offer a lot of things, and soon we're going to be bringing stuff to the Patreon store, just to let you know. But we have a $1 tier that still has some open slots. So if you want to support but don't feel like, giving too much, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. We have slots open for that. The bards are all filled up. The bards are great. Not all of them are in the Discord, which is really confusing to me because most of your benefits are coming from being in the Discord, but it's fine. Then we have everything in between, and you get a whole bunch of really cool stuff the higher up you go, and most importantly, you support us. So it's great. We appreciate it. Listen to Kyle.
Yes.
Now,
quick side note, Shane.
Yes, sir.
Default says you.
Oh, of course he does. You know what? No, we're on air. We're on air. I'll behave.
So before I get into the Q&A, Kyle, you did inform me that there was something special you had planned.
Yes, I do have a quiz for you.
You have a quiz for me? Just me?
Just you.
Oh, gosh. Do I have to whip out the...
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
I say he goes up against James, Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Kahoot Man.
Oh, well.
I will lose.
I mean, we could just to make it more fun, more than just me. It's not all about me.
This one time it can't. I mean, me and James did a quiz. We did a little versus last week. So I mean,
Is Austin the final boss?
Austin's the final boss.
The final boss.
The Rock has come back to Halo.
Okay, let's do James and Austin then.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Kyle, we're ready.
Connor, you're Connor, you're calling hands.
Yes, you're calling hands.
10 questions plus one bonus question as a tiebreaker.
Okay.
And you can get 2 wrong. That's it. After that, the next one you get wrong, you're done.
Okay.
So how do we find a
Okay.
friend?
We're going to start with some easy ones, and then we're going to get into some difficult ones. I tried to keep most of them related to ODST.
Oh, okay.
But there's some harder ones that are
Sorry, James.
a bit more broad.
I hope you're ready, James.
All right, I'll hit the buttons for us. Just to recap, everybody, James's sound is... My sound doesn't actually exist, so I didn't add it in time, but it's supposed to be a screaming Spartan. So now, Connor, can I borrow yours? Can I have your blessing?
Yes.
That's my sound.
I like that sound.
So here we go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Whenever you want.
What price point did Bungie initially want to sell ODST at?
Austin.
10, 20...
Oh, you're doing that. Oh, my bad.
Go ahead.
Hold on. 30.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
Well, remember that you have to read the 3 answers first. Is it 3 or 4 possible answers?
It's 4.
Four.
It's 4
Okay.
answers for
Okay.
each
Old
question.
format.
Okay. ODST was the first Halo game to do what? Dual wield, sprint, dialogue from the player's character, or change grenade arc?
Okay.
You guys have messed this up so bad. Austin raised his hand preemptively, and then James just raising his hand now.
Don't worry about me. I had a whole lot of answers. You go ahead.
I already forgot the options. Can you read them one more time?
Y'all rock, paper, scissors for
dual
this.
wielding, sprint, dialogue from the player's character, or change grenade arc?
It was the first one to have this feature.
It was the first game to do this thing / have this feature.
Mm-hmm.
Change the grenade's arc?
Social credit deducted.
Okay, Austin?
That would be character dialogue while in first person.
Yes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! My brain was only thinking about Rookie. I was like,
What about the Covenant we sidestepped on the way up?
I was like, Rookie doesn't talk, so that's not it. And I'm like, I forgot you played as everyone else.
Okay. Which game was the first game to introduce a firefight? Reach 5, ODST, or 2?
Austin.
That would be ODST, coach.
You forgot the button.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. Hold on one second. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the
Okay.
waiting for the ones that you were talking about.
He's better at raising his hand than me. That's all I know.
Who wrote the Halo Reach Legendary Edition Journal? Karen Travis, Kelly Gay, William C. Dietz, or Eric Nyland?
James.
Would that be William C. Dietz?
No.
Social credit
frick.
deducted.
I'm gonna be hold on. I'm gonna be real. I didn't know they got one of the artists to write the journal.
You should have saw his face when,
Now-
when you were reading that off.
Knowing the timeline, though, I'm gonna say Eric Nyland.
Yes. He did it in conjunction
Wiener.
with Old Bungie and 343 when they were trying to get their lore in order. Or they did it like, I don't know. It was like he was colluding with Bungie to do that to
Good,
make
because
sure
Eric
that
Nyland
it
is
was
a
carrying
freaking
over.
legend and he needs to come back. Please, I love you so much.
Please. First Strike is my favorite. Please come back. Please. Okay. Who is a traitor among Alpha 9? Mickey, Dutch, Romeo, or Rookie?
Oh, God. James preemptively raised his hand, so penalty. Also, if you preemptively raise your hand again, I'm throwing this empty water bottle at you.
I'm trying to get my reflexes because he's like straight up millisecond. It's already in the air.
So, whoa, my brain just completely shut down. Whoa.
Yeah, that
What
happens.
just happened? I'm sorry. Could you repeat the answers?
Mickey, Dutch, Romeo, or Rookie?
Mickey.
Mickey, yep.
Stupid bastard. Hate him. I hate him so much, but he's so funny.
During the creation of ODST, what did Martin O'Donnell say about the differences between the Halo 3 and ODST soundtracks? A saxophone, more monks, no monks, or rain?
James.
Would that be Rain, sir?
No.
Social credit
What other one has Rain?
deducted.
What did he say?
Okay.
Saxophone.
No.
Social credit deducted.
I'm trying to remember the other two you said.
You're at 50.
The other two are
monks.
more monks or no monks?
No monks.
Yes.
Congratulations. Process of elimination.
Halo 3 ODST is the only soundtrack with no choir.
Yep.
So
I haven't seen that. I know which one you're talking about. I know which IDOC it is. I hadn't seen it in so long. I forgot what he said about the soundtracks.
Okay. Hey, what was Halo 3 ODST's previous name? Halo Observer, Halo Recon, Halo 2.5, or Halo Black Ops?
James.
Would it be Recon?
Yes.
Yes.
This man was giving his arm a swing launch, okay? Like
I was cocked back, ready to go when I saw that hand moving.
he's like straight up swinging it
Like I'm an idle animation for a fighting game.
I saw that hand moving. Boy, I was
Okay,
ready.
Kyle, what are we at? I lost track of the points because I'm focusing.
Okay, so you both have missed one,
Yes.
I think. I think so.
Yes.
What question are we
Yeah.
on?
I haven't numbered these. I'm just going in a random order.
That's fair. Okay, we'll just see. We'll just see who gets the
So
wrong ones.
I know.
English.
You got this.
Okay, so there's 3 more questions,
Okay.
not including the bonus question.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm down 5-2.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
6 to 1.
4-2.
4 to 2.
I've gotten 2. There's 3 left, so that means we've gone through 6. The next one's question 7.
I was not tracking with how many I've gotten right.
Okay. In the 2010 reprint of The Fall of Reach, which of these was a common typo in the printing? The dates, character names, planet names, or all of the above?
James.
All of the above.
Wrong.
It's
Always all of the above. Yeah, I know. I was going by testing logic. It's always all of the above if that's an option.
The dates?
Yes.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, I personally like the idea that the Fall of Reach happens earlier in the Human Covenant War, maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like 2542 made a little more sense, but then it didn't when the game came out.
Yeah, that was
so
it was interesting. The whole 10 years.
Whoopsie.
Oh gosh.
Okay. In the Halo novels, the Flood and Cole Protocol, what was retconned? Covenant ship classification, the Covenant's knowledge of Halo, Keyes' first kill, or Spartans being cyborgs?
James, by a long shot.
A.
No.
Social credit deducted.
Okay, give me that last 3 again.
The Covenant's knowledge of Halo, Keyes' first kill, or the Spartans being cyborgs?
This one is tough because I haven't read Cole Protocol in a while. Honestly, is it the knowledge of Halo?
No.
Social credit.
My next guess was the cyborg thing, but
well then I'll go counterintuitive and say the one left that wasn't that one.
Keyes' first kill?
Yes.
Yes, you are correct. in Halo the Flood, when the Gravemind is perusing his memories, he remembers his first kill being with a Magnum on a human. However, in Cole Protocol, this is retconned to be a modified plasma rifle against a human.
interesting.
Don't worry. I got it.
Don't worry.
Okay. I believe that is all of the main questions. Do we want to do the bonus question?
Why not?
What's the score?
I think it's like 9-2?
Yeah.
But
10-2?
Double points won't help, James.
But
Okay,
how many
just for
questions?
funsies.
I thought it was 10 questions. How's that possible?
It's 10 questions
I have 3.
plus 1 bonus
I kept
question.
track of mine because that's very easy. I have 3 points. I have 3 correct
and I've
answers.
gotten 2 wrong, so I have the rest.
So if James got 3, that means Austin has 8. So it's 3-8. We'll say if you 3-8,
the 3-7 because the bonus question we haven't done yet.
3-7. I lost. That's all. Let's just do the bonus question. Okay?
what weapon in Halo 2 one-shots hunters on Legendary? The beam rifle, the Magnum, the shotgun, or the sniper rifle?
Austin.
Is that the shotgun?
No.
Social credit deducted.
I feel like it would be something weird like the beam rifle.
Yes, it is the beam rifle.
Austin, how many campaign hours do you have?
A lot. I skip all the hunters.
It's weird because in Halo 2, I was doing my Legendary run through, and I realized that you could just one tap them in the head or wherever, you just shoot them with the beam rifle, and it just instantly kills them.
Yeah,
similar to the Magnum and CE.
I just run straight past him. Shane, James won.
No, I didn't.
Oh man,
I was going to be like, oh my gosh.
The thing is, I think I only got 1 question where I actually raised my hand first.
Yes, where I was like straight up slowly because I wasn't sure.
Nah, you had like at least 2. It wasn't.
I had
just 1.
technically I had 4.
Mm.
No, 2. Yeah, I had 2 that I actually raised my hand and answered. The other 2 were picking up scraps using the process of elimination.
So
all the ones that I did know, Austin just like, and I'm like, oh.
So our match last week was much more entertaining. Me and you kind of went bar for bar.
Word for word, bar for bar.
I was surprised there's no Halo Wars questions.
Well, this was ODST specific for the most part.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. Well, thank you for that. That was fun. I've never been quizzed before, aside from the Gamers Feud thing, and I don't really like their Halo quiz. Although
I love the last time you were on Gamers Feud where you didn't even get to the Halo.
No,
question.
I didn't. They took for the Halo. Halo was the last category. Like, I'm supposed to get through Rocket League before I get to Halo. I don't understand it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me on that one, the ultimate one. But, you know, it's fine. We're coming back. We're going to be on the Gamers Feud on May 18th. So,
Wait, Rocket League has lore?
yeah.
What?
That's silly. What's the first question?
All right. So, Kyle, you get to join us on the Q&A as per your visitation here in our home. So we're gonna try to do some speed running of these because we're actually behind on the questions quite a bit by this point. So first and foremost, the Truth in Lactation asks every Spartan 2 and 3 versus every Space Marine chapter. Connor, you know Warhammer probably better than I do. How OP are the Space Marines?
Are we talking like the basic Marine unit or like the actual
The big
armored-
boys. The big boys.
Oh, I'm giving it to the Warhammer guys.
Because there's a lot of chapters.
They have the stuff that they have to deal with is nothing compared to Halo.
Yeah, because like, I mean, there's just a lot of Space Marines and not a lot of Spartans.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go with that and just answer on behalf of everybody.
There's at least 40,000. Sorry.
Yeah, there's 40K. Slightly Sour Milk says, "Who are your favorite non-canon Halo characters? I personally love my boy Spartan 1337." Non-canon Halo characters. I mean, Spartan 1337. I would go to the Fractures, but no. Oh wait, no. 1337 has the unfortunate downside of being in only one thing. I love Kai though.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Kai.
Kai's are really good.
From Halo Legends. Who's one of the anime characters from Halo Legends? Who's the main Spartan in like the Dragon Ball art style?
1337.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one. Okay. Cool. All right.
Spartan 1337.
Mine's Caboose. It is a Halo character.
Damn it! You stole mine.
Well, with that, I'll have to go church.
That's a good answer too. I'm trying to think of something else.
You got this. You got this. Dude, you could pick. No, wait, no, she's canon. Never mind.
Dave and Atenemy.
Dave and Atenemy.
Man, that actually gave me a mental flashbang. I was not expecting that to come out of someone else's mouth.
There you go.
If
Thank
it was
you.
gonna be anyone, it'd be him.
Yeah, the Halo Fontages. You could watch them, I guess.
We have one in production eventually.
Yes, it's going to be done eventually. It's just it's been a process.
I'm excited to get the ball rolling on that.
It's yes.
Well, we have one that's filmed and voice acted.
Yes, it just has to get put together in editing.
Is that the one I was there for?
That you helped us with?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have another one that we're going to be producing soon, though, that we could definitely use some help with. So discord.gg/JumperScape. Get connected. Join us.
Connected.
Be on the set. So
I'll help.
We'll just have to have enough of time after one of these recording sessions, or maybe Roz's just not looking that interesting, where we can actually do the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cortana's OnlyFans manager asks, I know you guys mentioned your first Halo games, but how old were you when you first started playing? I first saw Halo in about 2005, 2006, but got my first Xbox and first Halo game, which was Reach, in 8th grade in 2011. I was 5.
I was a PlayStation kid up until 2007.
Stupid.
Hey, stop! I played like the golden era. Of
I know you were
PlayStation.
playing really good stuff.
I was
Sly
playing
Cooper and stuff.
amazing games on PlayStation. I was 9 years old when I first played Halo. I played.
Only 9
Wait,
years old.
did you play Crash Bandicoot?
Yes.
Oh,
I played Jack and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot,
dude, I'm
Sly Cooper.
You got me sold on Crash Bandicoot. I love that game.
No, that's great.
I was probably 10, around the same age as Shane, because it probably was year felt so much longer as a kid. So, like, honestly,
You were probably 9 too.
I was probably also 9. It was probably around the time that, like, I'm saying it's like probably very soon after you discovered it that I first even played it at your house.
Because I got my Xbox 360 with Halo 3 and Call of Duty World at War like that Christmas. I got them both at the same time. So yeah, you had to have been 9.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah.
I want to say like 8 or 9 or third second grade when I went over to my friend's house and played.
Sick.
I was about 5.
I was 5, 4,
And,
3,
2, 1.
But
In the
that
middle?
was Halo CE on an original Xbox. I actually have that Xbox still in storage. It was my father's.
Oh,
And he was the one who introduced that to me.
I'm so
And-
envious of that
Man.
scenario of like playing like Combat Evolved like as it like in that era of Xbox, because I was playing. I don't regret like playing all the PlayStation games, but like God.
It was at a LAN party that he hosted, so all of his work buddies came over with their like tube TVs and everything,
That's
and like
hard.
set it up in our
We've
living
had
room.
a modern
And
LAN
so-
party a couple times. It's still amazing.
We used
but
to do it.
must be
Yes.
different.
We did it the night before E3 from like 2015 to like till E3 just stopped being a thing.
Yeah.
We would all go to Austin's and bring our Xboxes and extra monitors and
No matter
stuff.
how many times we tripped the power.
Yep. That wasn't. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't really much of a problem at your old house.
No.
When your mom moved in over there, that's when we tripped the breaker a few times.
Yep, it was fun. Corsair74 asks, what's your favorite IRL firearm? Vector. Easy.
That's a good question.
I freaking love the Vector.
I'll have to go.
Right at M9.
I'll have to go with my brother's AR. It's got a modification done to it.
Sick.
It shoots fast.
This is kind of like, I don't want to say it's a boring answer, but kind of. But just the reliability of an AK-47 is unmatched.
Now, if I'm going guns that I don't own or that my family doesn't own, I'm going to go with the Browning 50 cal.
I like a good old I was thinking more modern, but like if I would like be able to take one gun from like history or like ever, I'd probably take I'd probably say a Thompson. I love World War II guns, so I'd probably take a Thompson. Or going a little bit further back, I'm a sucker for like Revolutionary War stuff, so maybe like a musket or a flintlock pistol.
Pointless.
Have to resort to the cannon on my stairs loaded with grape shot. Tally ho, lads.
The question is, what's your favorite firearm?
Yes.
The MG42.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I've given honorable mention to the M60 as well.
I don't think anything has a more incredible firing sound than the MG42.
That's fair.
Man, I love me an MA-37.
Mate
Pretty
37.
cool weapon.
Next question is from Dick Hammerbush. Yeah! Potassium and Vermin. And they all ask, Shane, if you had to eat an insect, what insect would it be and why would it be ants?
Honestly, that's not the worst answer because of how small it is. It probably would be like, it can be any ant. I'm taking one of the tiniest ants and I'm just like a Tic Tac. Not even.
got-
No, it's
plenty
got to be a
at my
handful.
door.
It's got to be a handful.
Oh.
Was that in the question?
It was not written.
Okay,
in the
so no, it doesn't have to be a handful, Kyle. No, I'm taking the tiniest ant, and I'm just like a Tic Tac, not even.
Dang.
So yeah,
Get that
ant.
nice crunch. Get that protein.
If it's that tiny, I probably wouldn't have to bite it.
Ian the Don brings back a question that he asked you during one of our game nights that was completely out of pocket. What's up with your nose, Shane?
That hurts.
Jeez. Lactating Energy Sword asks, why do we only see Megallagolo and not other forms of the worm? Also, is the grave mine just a big Lagolo? Oh man, we're going back to worm theory already.
Oh boy.
We had this
Oh,
whole
boy.
thing happen in Let's Talk Halo chat where we just started talking about how everything is made out of hunter worms. First of all, we've seen other kinds of Lagolo.
Scarabs.
Yes. And also the mimic ones from Nightfall.
Scarabs or Lagolo?
Yeah.
I want to see a Scarab Hunter hybrid.
You have. It's called the Scarab.
It's a scarab.
No. I'm talking like
It's literally a scarab.
No. I'm talking like
It-
hundreds of scarabs in a walking biped.
Okay, if you want that, the duel from
You mean a
Halo
hunter?
Legends.
I mean,
'Cause there's giant. They're called Goliaths. There are
Are
things
they, in
called
Halo,
Goliaths.
are they in Halo Wars?
Halo Wars 2.
Yes.
They're called
okay.
Goliaths.
Yes.
Yep. Giant
Is-
hunters.
I mean, like
Is
hundreds
the-
of hunters put together.
Kind
into
of.
a big hunter.
You take a look. Goliaths. Halo Wars 2. What?
It's pretty much what a scarab is.
You know,
Is
Scarab
the
is just one thing.
Kraken made of Megallagolo?
I don't don't think. Well, that's the thing, is that it probably is, because Covenant is really funny about their thing about tech, and they don't know how to use it, so they just keep on throwing organic beings in there to operate it, such as, but not limited to, the actual Forerunner ship that operated High Charity.
Rip my man Mendicant Bias. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Rip the worms that were inside the ship when he reactivated and just melted all the worms inside.
Worm paste. Yummy.
Lactating Energy Sword is back and asks with a follow-up question: would you rather fight 1 Gravemind-sized Megalagolo or 100 Legolo-sized Gravemines? So like a bunch of tank forms? Probably the tank forms.
Probably the tank forms.
Probably tank forms.
Because a giant, like a giant hunter that big, that's a lot of worms you gotta kill, dude. You
At
gotta
that
kill every
point, you gotta
single
make
one.
a mecha.
How many friends do I have?
You can call in every friend that you've ever had.
Can I just invite the entire Discord?
Or
Yeah,
does
yeah,
he,
yeah, Discord
did he
chat.
say let Golo?
Yep.
So big worm or a bunch
Oh,
of
you
tiny
right.
grave mines.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no one. Yeah, okay. So no, I'll still fight 100 Legolo-sized Gravemines. Because that's still just tank forms.
Everyone in the Discord.
They're
gets a
basically
scorpion.
Venus flytraps at that point.
But here's the
so,
thing.
I mean,
Don't they, if they were the grave mine, they'd still be flood. Therefore, it just takes one of them to get into you and then boom, you're infected.
Well, ideally, I'm in Spartan armor in this situation.
That's not in the question.
That's fair, but there's no surrounding details about what it is that I'm fighting with. You know,
I'd take the worm.
you take the giant. Listen, have you watched Dune?
Yeah. No.
You know, okay. Well, if you had, you would know. You're not making it.
I'd rather just get wiped instantly by the worm than be a flood combat form for the rest of my life.
this is James going out on his own terms.
Yep.
Ethan asks, "What do you think is the Chief's favorite condiment, and what do you think he has on his burger?"
Isn't that the same question?
Pineapples.
Kind of. Oh,
That's not a
kinda.
condiment.
It's an ingredient, I guess. I'll take it. Condiment. Let's see. His favorite condiment?
Definitely the Chick-fil-A sauce.
No. I'm gonna call it ketchup. You want to know why it's ketchup? It's because it's easy to produce. It's easy to create at any situation. You just need like tomatoes, and that's pretty much it. Listen, have you seen The Martian? It's that, but Master Chief.
The Martian.
Ketchup is made out of a fruit and blended up. Ketchup is just a fruit smoothie.
Yep, that's the thing. Because The Martian, the guy survives by just eating potatoes and ketchup. That's it.
If you don't drink ketchup once in your life, you're doing something wrong.
No, I think I'm doing
sorry.
all right.
I'm
I'm
doing
going to
all
be
right.
real with you. I'm doing fine. What does he have on his burger, though? He's probably a classic guy. He probably just goes cheese and that's it. Maybe not even that, because he might be looking at his macros all the time.
This is when we find out Chief is lactose intolerant.
Oh, no. The one way that he is imperfect. Spartans of Orange asks, does Master Chief resemble Aragorn? Why or why not?
Who?
Aragorn, the
Lord of the Rings.
yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I need to rewatch that.
The king of Gondor, the rightful king.
He probably doesn't.
No, not even a little bit.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say,
first of all, he's absolutely 100% bald. Because every single time that we've seen a canon picture of him, even when he was a kid, he was buzzed. He has 100% no hair. Calling it.
I mean, you don't have to call it. That's facts.
It's true. He just does not have hair.
Halo 4
He
legendary.
does
ending.
have a hair color, though.
He does, but he doesn't have hair.
Everyone has
Eyebrows.
a hair color.
Like, I guess, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they got singed off.
No, again, Halo 4 legendary ending. He had eyebrows.
Oh, man.
He had eyebrows.
So, yeah, he's just bald. No, he probably doesn't look anything like Aragorn, because he probably doesn't have a beard either, because that would probably be really uncomfortable to try to put on a helmet, like the Mjolnir helmet.
What if one day he just takes off his helmet? He just got locks. It just goes down.
Like
to his,
Finn in Adventure Time taking off his hat.
And it's just like long, blonde, beautiful hair.
I would have the same reaction as everyone else that sees Finn's hair in Adventure Time. Captain Varco, UNSC Walk Softly, asks, taken from a debate with a few friends, if you had a blank check and 343's blessings to make a piece of Halo media other than a book, what would it be?
A game.
Our top two options so far are a Band of Brothers style series focusing on the crew Marines of a UNSC frigate near the end of the war, and a political drama detailing the rise of the High Prophets, regret, mercy, and truth.
Yeah, I'm making a game.
Like, we would make a game?
Yeah, if we had a blank check.
If we had a blank check and I could hire whoever I want, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
I think we'd be stupid to not make a game.
Well, the thing is that like if we had a blank,
Featuring the
We'd
entire
be
crew of the
stupid to
Expendables.
not make a game.
I think we would if we screwed it up.
Never mind. I won't. I really don't think we'd screw it up. I
I-
really, really don't think we would.
I don't think they did either. That's the thing, is that that's a really ballsy direction to go in. It's easier to be like, oh, we can make, you know, a high class. I will hire Alex Garland. I'll pull him back out of retirement because he's considering it right now. And I'll just be like, hey, you see that script? You wrote it a long time ago. Make it a movie. Here's nothing on this check. You know what that means. I would probably I would probably want to make the movies, not just the movie franchise that everyone has been wanting. That's what I would do with that kind of money. Now, the thing is, I would probably agree with the game idea if it wasn't mainline. If it's mainline, absolutely not. I would not do it.
ODST 2.
I would make ODS 2. Dude, it's such an easy thing to make jokes out of. It's so stupid easy. What would you do, James?
ODST, ODS 2. Electric Boogaloo.
I don't know.
Connor, you have all the resources. Make something from the Halo franchise. What is it?
I said a game.
Oh, you did. My bad.
See, no one listens.
What?
Just-
Okay, so we got two people saying a game, one person who doesn't know, and me who says a whole movie franchise. But we're talking like better quality.
Is it
than-
canon?
I'd
Yep.
make 100
Okay.
books just to spite Shane.
But he said he said no books.
Oh, I missed that part.
Sorry, man.
James isn't locked.
Comic books.
I'm not locked in. I'm
Comic
sorry.
books. He's right. Graphic novels.
I
They're
would
known for
make 100 graphic novels.
that would work. 100 graphic novels.
I would make 1,000 armor coatings.
That'd be surprisingly cheap. I'm thinking.
Actually, no. 10,000 emblems.
Oh gosh,
No, emblem palettes.
you're making this worse and worse. How are you doing that?
No, actually, that's actually about as bad
That's
as it gets.
terrible. That is awful,
Weapon camos.
dude. The
Palettes.
emblem
There's
palettes.
nothing worse than the.
No one
palettes.
looks at emblems.
Okay.
Like there's nowhere on. I don't even think the emblem goes on your armor anymore. It used to. I don't think it does anymore. You can.
It
and all of
does.
them are
It-
earned exclusively through brand deals.
Okay.
Oh gosh. We're gonna move on. Seaman2781 asks, having just finished reading Cole Protocol, how much would you all like to see a stealth-based game that centers around Grey Team's covert missions?
I hate stealth.
I love stealth.
I struggle with stealth, but I still like it.
If I have the option to go loud,
I don't
and
mind
proud,
stealth.
I'm taking it.
I would totally love to see a stealth-based game around Grey Team blowing up a Sangheili world.
I'm so curious about how like Grey Team stays incognito on a civilian like asteroid. So like I'm curious. I'm just curious.
I guess you can say they're operating within the gray.
Slapnuts asks, what podcasts do you guys listen to?
This one.
The library and Room 237.
Do you actually?
On occasion.
Okay.
Like I legit don't listen to any other podcast. It's one or the other. It's 237 or the library.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For me, it's this one and Rooster Teeth podcast. Rest in
yeah.
peace.
I'll have like phases where I'll go through the Joe Rogan podcast, but only on like
Joe Rogan experience.
only like when he brings in guests that I know.
That's fair. Do you listen to podcasts?
I usually just listen to like snippets of a bunch of different podcasts that I find interesting. But I also really like the Dead Meat podcast.
There is I don't remember what it's. Oh yeah, no, I know what it's called. It's Corridor Crew. I like their podcast a lot. I love Corridor Crew's podcast. It's the only one I listen to semi regularly. Otherwise, out of necessity for understanding my community, I listen to Halo Evolved, Podtacular, HCS Pro Talk. I've listened to the discontinued series that some people have started, such as Halo Luminary and the Oni Files. I've listened to all of that. The one that I probably could count as the one that I listened to the most, since I did listen to it from start to finish, is probably Halo Survival from Halo Evolved. And so aside from all the Halo stuff, the Corridor Crew podcast, I love those guys. I very much wanted to work for them at one point. I had my shot. I lost it. So sad. Fox2 Quick asks, actual question for the hosts, hair for teeth or teeth for hair? It's a question that's been circulating in the Halo community a bit after it got asked on a HCS pod, the Pro Talk podcast.
That makes my teeth tingle.
Probably teeth for hair, because I would rather be able to eat.
Teeth for hair.
Unless I'm a whale. If I'm a whale, I'm good.
I don't know. Teeth for hair. Like, you have teeth just coming out of your skull.
Would you rather have hair coming out of your gums?
I'd say teeth, because at least it wouldn't invade like my everyday feelings.
I mean,
Like, I could
your
still
emotional feelings are going to be hurt when people
just
make fun of you. And
I'll
look
wear
at
a
you like,
hat.
Hold on, guys.
That's
Hold
a
on.
good
Wait,
point.
before you put on a hat, think about this real quick. Put on a hat. What does it feel like to have all of those teeth roots move?
They don't really move too much.
They're going to get loose. There's no way they're all going to be solid.
But I'm going to say teeth for hair, and I'm going to the UFC and headbutting people.
Yeah, I wouldn't want, because you'd also talk like you have no teeth.
You'd also quite literally start getting hairballs.
Oh,
Imagine feeling that on your tongue every day.
Yeah, I just couldn't interfere with like eating and talking if I could just have my head looks weird.
Nah, at that point, you're a filter feeder, like a whale.
Next question
Bro's
is from
got to go in for a teeth cut.
oh gosh. Next question is from A2 Bucks. How much would the Arbiter in Chief bench and squat? Also, George, with the Olympics coming up, which summer and winter Olympic event would you want to see a Spartan do? I personally think it would be pretty funny to see Chief doing gymnastics or synchronized swimming.
Thousands. They can both flip a scorpion tank with ease. They would bench thousands.
I'm betting
Yes.
George is the strongest, though.
Probably.
Granted, I don't know how Sangheli muscles work, but if we're going off their size, they have larger cross muscle sections, or aka just bigger muscles. So
I'm pretty sure
George-
saying Healy is are stronger.
George might not be the strongest.
He's not the strongest, but he is stronger than Chief.
I also believe that the Sangheli, homeworld Sanghelios has a higher gravity well. Like, gravity's tougher.
like I said, I don't know how Sanghelis work.
You're learning one step at a time, one episode at a time.
Hey, I'm a phys ed major. I know humans.
Blood Dust 45 asks, please explain the Sharkoi for the people who have only played the games or have never read Envoy. Yeah, sure. So the Sharkoi are they're like as far as I can remember, they're a creation of either the Forerunners or the Precursors, doesn't really matter, to be honest. But they're kind of just like, they're unthinking in a way. They're not really like, they're giant, they're huge. They were originally supposed to be in Combat Evolved, but weren't actually added in. You can only see them in, I think, oh gosh, what book is it in? It's in one of the books where the prophets send their forces after humans to stop them from doing something. They send there was like a chieftain who found a whole planet worth of Sharkoi that were left behind and enslaves all of them. The Sharkoi only respond to certain leaders, and they are ridiculously powerful, but they didn't really stand much of a chance against UNSC. So they're big boys who kind of look like just trolls, and they were originally in Combat Evolved, and then they were removed, and you can only get a glimpse of them in one novel and a couple other small bits and pieces here and there. Playlist asks, how has no one asked about grunt jackal flood forms? I understand no hunter flood forms because they're just worms. They are too small.
Well, isn't there grunt flood forms in Halo?
Nope.
Halo Wars.
Halo Wars.
Well, in Halo Wars, that's
Halo Wars
I
form.
consider Halo Wars a retcon, to be honest.
I don't think you can consider something canon a retcon.
You absolutely, well, don't say that about Halo because they do that all the time.
I mean, I guess fair enough.
Protocol.
But, I mean, Halo
Cole
Wars.
Protocol
Halo
and the
Wars
Flood.
is canon. Both games are canon.
They are canon, but the thing,
Because retcon is literally short for retroactive continuity. So basically, you are changing the canon.
yes,
So it is canon, but it's making something else not canon.
And like
in the process.
And originally, like the grunts and jackals couldn't get infected because they were just too small. They didn't have enough biomass for the flood or enough intelligence, one of those two things, to be infected. It might be changed in the future or now because of Halo Wars backing it up. But there's a reason why not even in Halo Wars 2 do you see those guys. I'm pretty sure. You don't see them in the cutscenes, that's for sure. So it's that would probably be why. It's because they're just small and they can't be infected. It's big sad. That's the best option. That's the best idea that I have. Otherwise, it's just because they were too lame to not include them. Or to include them, I mean. Johnny Lactation Gimpy Arm asks, how far do you think the Chief could drive a golf ball if he absolutely roasted it down a fairway?
I got a good answer for this. He's breaking the golf ball. It's not going very far. It's just exploding.
James, you're a golf player on occasion. What do you think professionally about this concept?
700 yards.
If it doesn't blow up, he's sending it into the stratosphere.
What?
Where'd it go? It's over there, over there, over there.
It is orbiting Earth at this point.
He got it in perfect
Burns up
geosynchronous
going
orbits.
into planetary reentry.
Oh, gosh. Ugh, that'd be awesome. Lactating Don the Big Moose asks, did the prophets actually believe in the Great Journey, or were they just suicidal and murderous? They just didn't want to lose their power.
I feel like the answer is both.
They believed it, but when they saw all the stuff that contradict, like humanity existing alone contradicts the whole religion, and they knew it.
Mm-hmm.
And like they were so willing to fire, like in Halo 3 when they were trying to get. This is how ignorant the brutes are as well. Sorry, Connor, but like they, like 343 Guilty Spark literally told Tartarus what was going to happen in Halo 2, and Tartarus was like, nope, don't care. Halo 3. Prophet of Truth at the end of the Covenant is like forcing Johnson to fire the Halo ring because only he can, and the Prophet of Truth is even like, I admit I need your help, but that truth dies with the rest of them. Meanwhile, there's like 20 brutes surrounding, listening to this entire conversation. Like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean you need his help? And like, he's still willing to fire off the rings. So it's just like so eager to like hold on to power that they're willing to just to completely kill everybody.
Yep. So true.
The thing I love about Halo 2 Anniversary is honestly in that cutscene you can see that for a moment Tartarus is thinking about what the Arbiter is trying to tell him.
Yeah,
he is like but I think he like snaps back into like what he's comfortable
Covenant.
with.
Being able to see his facial expression much better in the scene where he's like, but I thought it's so much harder because he's straight up like it's the first
and in
time.
normal
that he's been
Halo 2
doubted.
is just but I thought.
Yeah, there's his mouth hanging wide open. Yeah. A2Bucks asks, oh, were you going to say something, Connor?
No.
Okay. A2Bucks asks, what two Covenant species would make the coolest crossbreed?
Yanmei and grunts.
That sounds cursed, not cool.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Kigyar and Sangheili.
Get like an intermediate sized, like nimble fighter.
That's what I'm thinking about. Were you thinking the same thing, or were you just backing me up?
I'm backing you up.
Oh, okay.
What kind of eggs would they lay?
That's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about their efficiency in the fighting. Like, imagine the size of a Sangheili, like height, but like the agility and the aim of a Kigyar, of a Jackal sniper.
Okay.
Horrifying.
Hear me out. Give me a Sanshium prelate mixed with a Sanshium. Well, not Sangheili.
All right, hear me out. Brute
No freaking way.
with a scarab.
That's not possible.
Brute made out of Legola worms.
Giant brute.
He stretches
Giant.
so
Now
much.
listen.
We love him.
But
Brute.
imagine the agility and strength on that one.
Brute
Yes.
and a grunt.
I hate you.
Big grunt. Big grunt.
Big grunt.
Big grunt with hair.
Big grunt with hair that's side bombs.
Yes, with bigger plasma grenades.
That can bust through a semi truck.
Yes. You're welcome, Covenant.
Kyle.
Yeah.
You asked. You want to just ask? I'm assuming you're watching the Q&A.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. You want to just read it out?
What is something in Halo lore that is wholly insignificant, but you feel is important for others to know / acknowledge?
The armor does not jack them off.
Probably the best answer you could have said. I'm inclined to agree with that, and I'm going to back away now because that's the best answer ever.
That is probably going to be the best answer out of all of it because
There's so many people looking out for Min that
think
believe that they believe it. They still do.
It's because it was. Let's be fair. It was a really, really well done edit. It looked like it was straight from the book.
It made me go back to the
Me
book.
too.
And go, Wait a minute.
Like, I don't remember reading that.
Connor's sitting here like, yeah, that's total. I totally didn't believe that.
I done got it.
It never was real. It was never true. Let me think about this.
They can use the bathroom in their suits, can't they? Though.
Yeah,
that was mine.
It regens. It like recycles it.
What does that mean?
It purifies it.
Oh,
yeah.
You said when you were like, it recycles it. I'm like, it puts it back in them.
No. I mean, technically, yes. You can drink it. That's the thing. If they piss, they can just drink it right back up.
What about the poo?
That stuff is straight up just. As far as I can remember, the armor breaks that down into nutrients.
So they can just eat one pizza and survive off of that for a year.
Yeah.
Pretty sure with like augmentations, they don't need to eat that much.
They don't eat at all.
Right.
But that's because they're catheterized in every way you could think.
Yeah. Science.
Bro just got to step outside and be like, okay, I'm full.
I receive my nutrients from the sun.
Master Chief, he practices photosynthesis on his spare time.
Well, it's why he's green, because green is able to collect light more efficiently and distribute that nutrient.
I hate that makes sense. I love how you started laughing halfway through the sentence like, God, this is just becoming so ridiculous.
Yeah, he's green because he's got plant cells.
Yeah, that's it.
This would not be an answer that is satisfactory for most parents from back in the day. Uh-oh. But Cortana is naked for two reasons.
Thank you.
One is to screw with Halsey because she's trying to assert some form of dominance over her because, she is Halsey. And also, it's because she wants to ensure that when someone speaks, they listen. And what's going to attract your attention more than a woman that is straight up wearing nothing but data?
Yeah, but won't that only work on dudes?
Well, the majority of the UNSC is male.
Okay.
But no, Cortana in Halo 2 Anniversary, a little fun fact, she actually her appearance got retconned in Anniversary.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that.
Yep, she's wearing a suit now in Halo 2 Anniversary. She's not just data, which, I don't know. The suit seems like an unnecessary thing. If you can't see any form of genitalia, if you can't see nipples, then clearly the data is just her body. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be clarified to be a suit, because now it implies that she does have those things and they're just covered up by a suit.
When I saw that little seam on her neck, I kind of went, man.
Yeah, I was like, that's unnecessary. But, it's just it's a nitpick. I don't think it really matters all that much.
I was like, does this actually matter at all, though?
Well, no, it's insignificant. Ultimately insignificant.
That is true.
Yes. Dawn1337 asks, if you guys could only play 5 games for the rest of your lives, what would they be? Games that are a collection like MCC will count as one. Personally, mine would be MCC, Mass Effect Legendary Edition, that comes with all 3 games. I think also Andromeda, I can't remember. Last of Us Part 1 and 2, and lastly, it's a toss-up between Mass Effect, Andromeda, okay, there we go, AC Ezio Trilogy, which contains Brotherhood, Revelation, and 2. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I can't decide on the last one. Oh, God. Okay, I got this. Easy clap. MCC, Ezio Trilogy, Syndicate 2012, Cyberpunk 2077, and I'll need my fix eventually. Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have mine. I'm going to start with MCC. I'm going to go Minecraft. I'm going to go the shitty Black Ops trilogy that only released, or was it? It was a Black Ops. You know what I'm.
It was Black Ops 1 and 2.
It was Black Ops 1 and 2 that released in a bundle.
It's just the disc of Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 sold together. I don't know if that counts.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes it.
Because I had that.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna go MCC, Minecraft.
It came with Ascension.
Rainbow Six Siege. I'm gonna have to say Call of Duty World at War.
The Siege server's gonna die soon. Not anytime soon, but soon.
And then, oh man, oh my god, the last one I'm stuck on. I'm trying to think. It might be a somewhat of a lame answer, but I might say 2K just so I have my fix on 2K every year. I'm gonna say 2K16 in particular before it turned into garbage.
I am going to say MCC.
Yep.
That's like, I feel like a given.
Yep.
So many games.
I'm going to say, MCC, Black Ops 3 on PC specifically, because I could basically play any zombies map I want that way. Minecraft, Planet Coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, why is the fifth one always hard?
Because you don't play enough games.
He plays plenty of games.
I play games.
We play plenty of games on the Battle Dudes YouTube channel.
These are like, these four are like the most valuable. I don't want to pick Rainbow Six because if it's forever, those servers are going to get shut down eventually.
Have fun in Terrorist Hunt.
Terrorist Hunt's not even there anymore.
Hey, if you pick if you pick Red Dead, you'll finally be able to finish it eventually.
Oh my god, that hurts my soul that I didn't say Red Dead Redemption 2.
I
that
was
hurts.
confused.
That hurts my that.
You can take it back. It's not like locked in forever.
I feel like I can't. I feel like I can't go back on it. But
he took his hand off the chess piece, James.
I would probably replace 2K16 with RDR2.
Just for the boys' sake, I'll say, oh man, that thing is, I was gonna say WWE 2K, but we'd be stuck with whatever version it was forever. So would that eventually get old, right?
Well, I mean, I said Rainbow Six because I kind of just assumed just assuming the servers don't shut down.
We'll just assume that the game is as it is forever.
Yes.
That changes some of my answers.
I would say Lethal Company, but then you guys wouldn't be able to play with me.
Nope. You'd be playing by yourself.
I'm going to say
Among Us.
Among Us.
I'll play Rainbow Six with you, Shane.
Okay, cool.
Sick.
Thank you. You can hate your life with me.
All right, let's go with the MCC trilogy because obviously
The MCC trilogy.
MCC trilogy.
you're calling it that. Minecraft, Skyrim. I get a fix for Skyrim every now and then.
Skyrim for PC or console?
Let's just go PC because I have a
Hell
PC
yeah.
now.
I mean, you can mod on both, right?
Yeah, but it's better on PC.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I'm gonna have to go with Black Ops 3 Zombies on PC. And man, I've got so many games that I like so much.
It's always the fifth one.
I know.
You're definitely stuck between For Honor or Forza. Which one is it? Oh, he wasn't even thinking about that. Oh,
It was those two.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, because I just know. I'm like,
He just had the most panicked look on his face that you nailed
because
that.
I just fucked up his entire world. I just read his mind.
I don't know. Considering I only play one character on For Honor, I have to go with Forza.
I was going to say, I'd be shocked if you didn't pick that. What about you, Kyle?
Okay. So it would be MCC, Infinite 5, Titanfall 2, just because that's the game I've played the most of my life. And then it would probably be Forza.
Man,
There you go,
Heavy
Connor.
you went heavy on Halo.
Yeah.
I picked Wars
I gotta
2
get
and
my-
MCC. He'll have at least a friend occasionally on MCC.
Occasionally, MCC.
Slapnuts asks, which Halo Mega Construct / Mega Block set do you guys want the most?
I don't know.
Give
sorry.
me the Mammoth. It's such a sick set.
I was never a Lego kid, by extension, a Mega Bloks kid.
I was not. I loved Lego Star Wars, but once I saw what Mega Constructs was capable of by having things like articulating limbs, yep.
But the Lego.
But you can actually like make them do this, You can make them hold weapons like they're holding weapons instead of the weird like one arm raise that only works with the battle droids. It's the only way it makes sense.
I say they can hold weapons.
Come on, guys. There's got to be a Mega Construct set that you just really want.
I don't even know any of them.
Give me a
said
Scorpion.
the one that I want / have, which is the Mammoth.
I'll take either the Mammoth or the Infinity, honestly.
Is there
Here,
any-
how about
anything-
this, James? I'll give you the obvious options. Would you like the Ghost, the Banshee, the Wraith, or the tuning fork, the Spirit?
They've also got Phantom.
I guess they have a Phantom now.
I was hoping they'd have an even bigger ship, but I'll go with the Phantom
Sick. Okay.
or the Banshee. Both are cool.
Take my Banshee Arbiter.
My Banshee.
Shane, what would your favorite, not favorite, what was the Mega Constructs Mega Block set you would want the most?
Just give me a Scorpion if there is one.
There's plenty.
Okay,
There is
Scorpion.
How about you?
Or the Grizzly, if there's a Grizzly.
There's a Grizzly.
Is there anything that involves brutes?
Yes, there's a Chopper.
Give me the chopper.
There's also a Prowler, I think.
Give me the chopper.
Give me the loot. Okay. We're coming up on the last 5.
Oh, we're doing a lot.
Yes.
I know.
Long episode.
We're almost at like an hour and a half.
Yes, it's because we have been so behind. Cool Blaze 32 asks, if ancient humanity was so technologically powerful, where did all the technology from ancient humans go? They must have had something stored or hidden away, structures, gadgets, etc. Yeah, good question. Ask the developers of Halo Infinite. Where were all the things that are supposed to be on Zeta Halo? Because ancient humanity had a whole civilization on the ring. They were
On the other
there.
side.
On the other side.
I don't have all
Because
the
it-
answers, pal.
Halo Legends has the babysitter, and the babysitter takes place on an ancient human world. You can tell because why would in the world would there be freaking, what are they called? The Japanese structures that look all cool that have the up tilt corner
Yeah.
buildings. Forgot what they're called. They're there, and that's representative of ancient humanity being there.
Why would the Sangheili be wearing regular samurai armor? That's my question about that.
Well, it's because the Sangheili strangely copied a lot of stuff from Japanese culture on accident, way before the Japanese existed. There's also ancient humanity remnants you could find on the Ark.
You tell me I can find an F-22?
No, that's not ancient humanity. We're talking ancient like 100,000 years ago from today.
There's a rock.
There
That
is
was probably from ancient
there
humanity.
is a rock that's repeated over and over again on the Covenant.
That's ancient humanity technology,
Exactly.
To ride those bad boys for miles.
So that's what happened. There are remnants everywhere. You can find them, and their technology was pretty sick. But aside from the fact that the Flood and the Forerunners completely annihilated them from all sides, there's just not a lot left. And whatever is left, we just keep on sidestepping for some reason. Don Lays in Connor's Attic asks, thoughts on Sergeant Johnson? My opinion is he's the best. I know you've talked about him, but I want you to talk more about him.
And how much can we cover?
He's hot.
He knows what the lady's like.
He's a good character. He died.
I feel really bad for David Scully. He's the voice actor.
Let's have Sergeant Johnson Jr.
Sergeant Jr.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you, Kyle?
It was, I think, good writing for him to go when he did, because he's amazing. I love him in Contact Harvest.
Yeah.
But I want more of David Scully, though, because I don't think David Scully's done anything else other than Johnson for the most part.
No, but
he's very low profile.
Yeah, but as soon as he finished up with Reach, he just left. And then he was supposed to be coming back for Halo Wars 2, but then the voice acting strike was on, and so they had to find someone who just sounded like him. And they did a pretty decent job. But yeah, come back, David, please. Next, from Lactating Dawn, the Big Moose, where do y'all think 343 is going to take the infected Spartan story? That's in reference
Nowhere.
to Saturn Devouring the Sun. Yeah. I think it's probably going to go somewhere in another chronicle or maybe a novel, but it will never and should never touch the games, because I swear, if I have to hear one more time from lore people, and I'm saying this as a fellow lore people, that Halo 4, 5, and Infinite do not require going to novels to understand most of the plot.
He's out there somewhere.
are lying to yourself, and you're also delusional because Epitaph makes 5 okay at best instead of terrible.
Shout out to Kelly Gay for writing such a magnificent book.
That infected Spartan is out there.
He's out there.
It's possible.
He's on a condor. A whole condor survived that bombardment somehow.
Slip space capable condor.
Ooh, which, like, when did that happen?
I have no clue.
It's a very small ship. I don't think that it could, but you know, who knows? They stole tech from Precursors and Forerunners and Covenant. They just keep on improving. That's probably what it is. Austin's Ungoy Stepchild asks, following Mr. Shifter's question from episode 54, do you think we'll hear anything about a new game within the next year? No. You'll hear about a new update, probably, maybe. Who knows? Xbox doesn't like to advertise Halo anymore, and it makes me sad. Halo showed up briefly at the LA Dome for like 2 seconds. That was awesome. I hate being stepped on. Hey Siri, call 911. Asks, if you could replace my Halo character, joke's on you, I don't have a freaking iPhone. I love how you guys checked your, not you though, you were fine. You checked your phone though.
I gotta make sure.
If you
that
could
gave me a new idea for names.
This is the last question, by the way. So like, this better be good, dude. Your username is already really good, but like, it better be. I'm just saying. If you could, I just checked the account. Not dude, my bad. Do that. If you could replace any Halo character with Jennifer Coolidge, who would it be and why? Personally, I'd pick Shipmaster because I think hearing any line from him spoken in her voice would be hilarious. Okay, who is Jennifer Coolidge?
Yeah, who?
Give me 1 second. Let me just YouTube. Jennifer Coolidge. Okay. Nope. Okay. Best of Jennifer Coolidge on Prime Video.
She's in the Minecraft movie.
Very, very, very upset about this.
You don't look upset.
Oh, it's the Botox. I can't show emotion for another hour and a half.
I would like
None of them.
that voice to come out of the grave mind.
This is not your grave.
A monument to all of your sins.
There is still time to stop the key from turning.
This one is but flesh and faith, and is the more deluded.
What's the prophet that goes, no?
That would be truth.
Give me that one.
No. But your inability to safeguard Halo was was a colossal failure. Colossal failure.
Oh gosh.
Johnson.
I know what the ladies like. We had sticks. 2 sticks and a rock for the whole platoon. And we had to share the rock.
I'd probably go Lord Hood.
The fleet that destroyed Reach was half the size. It was twice the size.
50 times the size.
50 times the size. I've misquoted.
And you, Shipmaster, just glassed half a continent.
Maybe the flood isn't all I should be worried about.
Yeah, probably that. I'm very glad to say though, I will not be watching anything from Jennifer Coolidge. I am not.
You won't watch the Minecraft movie?
I'm gonna watch the Minecraft movie.
Is that actually a real thing?
Yes.
I thought it was a meme.
Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
real.
No,
What are they going
it's
to make
real.
it about?
Minecraft?
Minecraft movie episode on Room 2371,
Coming whenever the movie comes out.
2025.
Yeah.
I'll sit and stand by, I guess. I don't know.
Are you not gonna watch the Minecraft movie?
It
You're a
It
buzzkill.
depends on how terrible it looks.
Buzzkill button, buzzkill button, buzzkill button.
Yeah.
You're excited about it?
Even if it sucks, I'm excited about it.
I just think it's a dumb idea.
Yeah.
I think it's a dumb idea to the degree it's not a fun dumb idea.
It's the same as like going to watch the Emoji Movie. You
Jack
know,
Black is literally going to be Steve. It is going to be a fun movie to watch.
Okay, you might have sold me on that.
I'm disappointed in you.
I was hoping you were going to keep going so I could like.
I'm very disappointed.
That's fine. I don't need to satisfy you.
No, you don't. But I am disappointed.
That's okay. I disappoint a lot of people. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys want to support us directly, patreon.com/JumperScape or ko-fi.com/JumperScape. If you want to join the community, discord.gg/JumperScape. JumperScape.com for everything else. And next week on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about Halo Reach, baby. So I hope that you're around for that. I don't know if we're going to have a guest for next week, unfortunately. But, you know, we have a lot of guests lined up for the next ones. So I hope you guys are ready for that one because it's going to be a great time. But yeah, aside from all that.
Arms.
Yeah. So, Kyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for coming, bud.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad I could be here. It's so different being here in the live version, I guess.
Yeah,
is what it would be of the entire thing.
We've played around with the idea of doing the show live and then recording and at the same time and then publishing it, but I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, we M key a good amount of stuff.
There's a lot of M keys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week with Halo Reach, and we hope to see you guys in the Discord so we can hang out and recruit you and stuff. And by the way,
join the Council of Patreon names.
And by the way, stop by for Terminals because Terminals is going to have some important stuff about the fun that we had. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.